All right. Started. Normally, the first 5 minutes or so of the stream is dedicated to, I don't know, just the starting screen and not a whole lot else. I'm just muted, hear the music as I'm preparing everything. But I just wanted to take this time to, I guess, kind of give an introduction on what's going on today. So, today will be day one, of course, of Blitz Cup NA. I am super excited for it. It has been a goal of mine to commentate on one of these streams pretty much ever since I started Twitch. And of course, you know, it was just a long goal of mine, a long-term goal. I didn't think that I would actually reach it as quickly as I did. I thought it would be something I'd have to, just wait my time, wait for Wargaming to say yes and just, take so long. But here we are, just over a year after I started in June of 2020. Just as a little bit of a quarantine hobby, I guess, and here we are. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time to thank all of you, because, without y'all I wouldn't be here right now. So super excited for that. And hope that y'all enjoy the stream. I'm going to be with Fishy, Amunet, and Every. And yeah, we're going to be commentating on this one. And then tomorrow will be the same people, although our roles are going to be a little bit different. So today, Fishy and I will be casting the games. I will be a spectator, Fishy will be a spectator. And we will be commentating together. And then Amunet and Every are going to be talking in between games. They're going to be kind of the analysts and kind of talk about what the operative moments in each game were. And then tomorrow, which will be Friday's stream, 9 p.m. Eastern, I will actually be one of the analysts. It will be Every and Fishy that are going to be commentating, and then me and Amunet will be in the middle of each game, and we'll be the analysts. So that's how it's going to work. Sorry that I'm speaking a little slowly. I'm also in the middle of sending out my Discord notifications right now. With the whole delay thing, it's going to be a little awkward. And again, I apologize for that. That's just something that comes with, the whole streaming a tournament thing, of course, not to leak anything. But yeah, super excited. These are going to be some fun games. And yeah, looking forward to it. I don't want to choose favorites here because, of course, I want to remain as impartial as I can. But everyone else is picking favorites. Amunet really likes Joker. Fishy likes Rain. I'm pretty sure Every likes Rain. And if I have to pick one, I gotta say Pramo, my old family. I gotta give them a little bit of love. Although honestly, I would be happy if anybody won. But if they ask me, that is probably who I will answer, because they are a former clan of mine. So super excited to see who wins and who goes home. And with that being said, the countdown is about to reach 30 seconds here, and y'all know what's happening, guys. The reveal is coming. Hope that y'all are ready for it. Hope that it lives up to your expectations. I'm not going to be able to read a ton of the stream chat during the stream, just because I'm going to be talking with all the other people, so I apologize for that. But I don't know. Hope you guys enjoy it. And let's go ahead and get started. Get that countdown starting at 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we are. Hello, everyone. It's 34 here. Let's go ahead and get started.
It's the same with the summit. They invite people that they feel comfortable with, that they know will bring a certain. Oop, 34 just went live.
Hello.
Nope.
um.
All right.
Oh, 34 is back on Discord as well.
Yes, here we are.
Yes.
All right, give me a second. I'll start the stream then.
Sure thing.
This one.
Did you introduce us yet on your stream?
No, I just started it. All right, we can introduce it. We're getting this started. We're gonna be watching the 2021 Blitz Cup. It's not Twister anymore. Blitz Cup for North America. Now, irregardless of time zones, we've got some guests here. Well, not really guests. I guess we're all doing this together. So we've got 34 and Almonet here.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah. So this should be a good stream. What do you guys think?
Well, we were supposed to have every good name is taken here as well, but I'm having a feeling that either his alarm clock didn't go off or he slept through it.
Yeah.
Lovely. What a big day to miss.
What time is it for him though?
It will be 3:50 a.m. for him right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So the same as you, right?
Yeah.
That's painful.
And it's the only thing I will get up in the middle of the night for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm looking forward
Well,
to my first time commentating something big on this scale, you know, something that was a goal of mine ever since I started streaming. So being able to make it here, it's been awesome. And I appreciate everyone who's helped me along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But this is like, for me, the reason that I do this, the reason that I also get up in the middle of the night for this, is just, this is the pinnacle of gameplay. If you have, this is the highest potential of the game. You have 7 players that are communicating together, that are on voice together, have talk tactics, they have positions that like sort of build on each other and everything. It's the highest potential that the game can reach.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see that at any other level in the game throughout tournaments and everything. It never gets, well, pretty much this amazing. So it makes getting up very early worth it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could always watch it later. Why don't you just do that?
Yes, but I like being a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like if you can have a front row seat or you can watch it back on TV, you're going to go for the front row seat.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Nothing
for sure.
beats seeing everything in person, you know? It's like watching a sports game. It's a different type of energy, you know? It's like you can watch it from the back seat, or you can be right there up close into the action. It's awesome.
Exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be part of the action, but I think for me it was a little bit much. Not gonna lie.
100%.
I do like taking a little bit more of a front row seat, as you like, though. As you said.
It's very intense, and the stress is unreal when you're actually doing this, because any mistake that you make no longer just affects your stat, it affects the whole team.
Yep.
And a whole prize pool.
Yeah, that puts the pressure on you. Of course, you're fighting for a ton of money.
Yeah.
The lead prize is what, $25,000 for the team? That puts so much pressure on every individual to perform, because of course every team is only as strong as their weakest link. So we'll see tonight.
Very well said.
So yeah, it will be interesting to see how that all goes and whether or not Peter eventually makes an appearance.
He's gonna show up in the middle of the game, be like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah. So, I'm not really one for predictions or anything, but what do you guys think? Who do you think's gonna get knocked out first today?
It's hard for me to pick anyone because, you know, these 4 teams are all so good, and they've all proven that they have like every qualification to be here in the top 4. So it's really hard to pick one to get knocked out. I would say I have a team that I'd like to win, and that would be Pramo, but it's really hard for me to choose like a least favorite team, you know? I feel like that wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it really depends on who is in their flow today. Talking to people from NA, this is also like the first time that they feel they can't really call it, as in who's going to take it home and everything, because it could be any one of these teams. So I think it really depends on who's going to have a good day. That being said, I've got friends in Rain and Pramo, but I am secretly rooting for Jokers. If they play anything like they did previous seasons, it's I loved when they won the whole thing. it was just fantastic to watch, and that's something that if they bring that same sort of gameplay now,
Thanks
then
for the
I'm
sub, Woo
rooting for
Woo.
them.
How's it going, man?
Yeah. So again, I'm not really one for predictions because I hate picking favorites.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, historically, I would say that yeah, I mean, all of these teams are extremely strong. Primo used to be a powerhouse for North America. We had Rain, back-to-back champions the past 2 years for Blitz Cup at least, and Twister.
Hmm.
But Jokers, like this whole year, they've been absolutely dominant. So, like, I don't know. And Purple, like, don't get me wrong, they are actually in third place right now, or seated, I believe. No, second even, I
Yeah.
believe. So, like, I mean, all of these teams are extremely strong. So, just like you guys, I don't know. And like what you guys were saying, it certainly resonates. I think
I,
this is definitely going to be the most tight competition for the top in a very long time for North America.
I
Absolutely.
really like that, to be honest, because it used to be NA when I first started streaming. It used to be NA, Premo, and Pincer, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, then at some point you had Rain there, and there were of course other clans in the top 4, but they generally just like you knew it wasn't going to be them. And it's nice that the NA competition has just grown so much over the years that you actually have uh, different clans now that compete. And I know
Mm-hmm.
that Purple is part of the Primo family and all, but it's still an independent clan.
Oh yeah, and now
Ah,
more than ever, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Fuji just said that they can't hear me
Uh-oh.
Oh,
on stream. Not sure which stream that will be.
I'm assuming that would be Fishy stream because I can definitely hear you on mine. It looks like the
Okay.
audio is coming through.
Yeah, then probably the portal.
But yeah, my own thoughts on this. I feel like this is kind of like a battle of the old guard versus the new guard here, because of course Rain has had such dominance for the longest time, and the question is asked, like, do they still have what it takes? Are they still in their primes, or is the new generation of Blitz players going to be taking over here?
yeah. All right, should be fixed now.
Okay. Hello, everyone that couldn't hear me before.
Yeah, it
Yikes.
wasn't just you. It was both of you because
Oh,
the way I have it set up is I just have the desktop audio low in my streaming software, so that's just to keep the game sound down. Normally, I don't really have like Discord going on a lot of the time,
Yeah,
so
okay.
sure.
yeah, that's my bad.
I don't know if there's a way for me to like give you the audio from this stream for like the video, but if that's something that you need, like just let me know.
No, it's good. Like I fixed it now, but
Okay.
yeah,
Sure.
I just had looked to that. My bad.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to
I
find
reckon
where the
you're both
game
already
sound
in the
is.
room and ready for the battle.
Oh yeah, we're
Readied up.
there.
I'm not missing a game this time. Spring season, I unreadied for a game. It was so funny, and I felt horrible, but that's not happening today. Famous last words.
Yeah.
You wanna
Then I'll
briefly?
go quiet until the games are over, and I'll join you when the delay has caught up on stream with the last game of this matchup.
Sure.
Nice.
So
All
we
right.
can briefly
Good
go
luck.
over the map. We're playing on Canal here for the first 2 games. We got Primo and Joker. Primo looking at a lot of IS7s here. I'm interested to see what sort of strat they are gonna use here. Looks like they're gonna want a lot of speed.
Oh, for sure. The speed team is going for the speed.
Mhm.
With a lot of IS7s, they've also got the 260 TPs and also a Vickers Light. Now, that could be interesting because they might be able to play for the decap with that Vickers Light, but at the same time, they might just do some sort of spotting run across, like maybe they're going for A control,
Yeah, not
trying
really
to get some
sure.
shots off.
Getting decapped with the Vickers Light is going to be difficult, as of course Joker does have 2 patents. That's going to make things a little bit challenging.
Yeah, especially with Pramo looking at that lineup right now, they're going to be looking at that, like you said, double patents are definitely going to be able to hold that decap as soon as they get there. But Pramo might be going for a play with the IS-7s in support. So, not sure.
Yeah. I'm excited to see these 60 DPs. Of course, we've seen them on the other servers so far, and there's been a lot of ammo racks. So we'll see if that comes into play today. Of course, not everyone loves the RNG dependent games, but you know, that's just a balancing part of the tank.
Yeah, just hoping for not that many ammo racks for sure. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, Pramo's going to be taking their speedy IS-7s to the middle. They're going to look for B, it looks like. They're going to overpass their C cap, make some pressure on the B area. Curious to see how that plays
Definitely putting
out.
the pressure on B. Tommy's already spotted DJ as well, so Jokers do know that they really can't go for B. But they weren't going for it anyways, and they've already got those 2 patents, as you said, into decap, so...
Joker having the cap advantage is going to be pretty big. We know that they are an aggressive team, but having the ability to just play passively like that and just hold on to your lead, forcing Pramo to make the push here. Not entirely sure if they're going to be able to do that in IS-7s, because the tank is fast, but is it good at pushing? Let's find out.
Yeah, not sure. Especially with so much open ground that they'd have to cover. Now they are making a play for B, so that could be big. Jokers haven't gone for the C cap, as we can see here. So Pramo might get the cap advantage, but there's a reset, so... Yeah, I mean, Pramo aren't able to get B, but they're still trying.
Yeah, and while the cap is going on for the B area, a couple of the 60 TPs from Pramo have been spotted. A couple shots into Kakati and Korra here. Joker now knows where Pramo is all set up here.
But Pramo was able to get that B cap, so now the play is now going to be down to Jokers, since they are going to be down on those caps.
Yeah, we do
As you can see it's ticking up already.
The double 50Bs and the double patents are pushing on to Chip here. Chip is going to get singled out, and I don't think Pramo's ready to respond to this push.
Oh yeah, but Chip is definitely not going to have any sort of support there. Pramo is going to be rotating their tanks. Is Chip getting away?
Wow, what a play from Chip, going all the way over the hill, and now he's able to focus Kakatsu with the rest of Pramo.
Didn't take any damage.
Wow, what a play.
And Korra is getting focused out. Same with Sierra, those 50, 60 TPs for Pramo, bleeding a lot, and Korra is going to be the first kill of the game.
Turret is popped here. Chip is going to be the next target from Joker? Actually, maybe not. It's
yeah, it looks like it. But Pramo is down on the HP, but they do have the kills advantage for now.
Tanner is going all the way to the D base. Is he useful from there? It's hard to say. Pramo now even on tanks, but yeah, still down on hit points by quite a bit.
It looks like Tanner is able to help out in that fight there against Chin Kurji, but yeah, I mean, Pramo is looking down on HP, and they've got a lot of tanks isolated, so it doesn't look like they're going to be able to pull this back anymore.
Yeah, Deej is going to go down here shortly. Just another shot from Whitetails will do the job. Pramo's not really able to get a whole lot of kills other than Chinergy over there.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning they were able to get the good damage in and a solid hold as well, but they did bleed a lot of HP. Those 60 TPs then went down very quickly, but they do have triple caps. Will they be able to slow it down now? They just need to keep their weak link safe, actually, and that'd be Sierra and Tommy, but Assassin looking for the kill shot, not able to get it off.
Yeah, Tanner does have the mobility advantage here. One of the M48 patents is down for Team Joker. If Pramo is able to pick the other patent up, which it doesn't seem like they're able to do at the moment, that could be big for Pramo, as Joker does need to get onto the caps soon. Tanner's making a play on Assassin here.
Yeah, Whitetails is going for Sierra as well. That's going to be a big pickup. Wabbit and MJ both down a lot of HP, but Whitetails is able to get Steven if... I mean, yeah, he's going to be able to get Steven 1 versus 1. No way.
Big missed shot there. Tanner missing the kill shot on Assassin, and he's going to go down.
And that's big.
Absolutely.
Although MJ would have been able to pick him up, but the caps could have ticked up. Tommy might have been able to solo win on caps. Now, he's going to be close, but Whitetail's bouncing the shot on even Steven. And the caps are ticking up for Pramo, of course. They've got 3 caps, and Jokers aren't getting on any of them.
Joker doesn't know where Tommy is until he gets spotted just now.
But now they spotted him.
All he needed to do was run.
Is he gonna go for the... Oh, he gets the crush. Oh, Tommy is so down on HP.
Wow.
But he's not going to be surviving that. Just an HE splash away from death. Joker's picking up the first game.
I wanted to see Whitetails get the jump on that. That would have been so cool to get a jump kill. Wow.
Yeah. He did get a little bit of a crush, but not the jump kill.
Unfortunate.
The Goomba stomp. So yeah, game 1. As you can see there, the 60 TP is struggling a little bit for Pramo.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the 60Ps that were the issue or the fact that they just had too many IS-7s there, as that was the dominant tank
Not
of their
sure.
team.
That is true. They weren't able to get them all grouped up as much as I'd probably hoped they would. I think the response there to the counter push on Joker's play was a little bit sloppy there.
Agreed. And I think that Primo did have the right idea by trying to take the cap win at that point because they knew that they weren't going to win on the damage. But Tanner missing that kill shot on Assassin, that would have bought him a little bit more time that he could have been able to use getting away from MJ. So.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? And I didn't exactly pick it up, but I think Assassin was able to get another shot in before Tanner did pick him up, right?
He got one shot in, yes, but Assassin was a 2-shot. Wasn't enough.
Right. No, I'm saying Tanner took another shot from Assassin, or was Assassin on reload? I don't remember.
Yeah, no, Assassin was able to put a couple shots in. He wouldn't have been able to with the kill.
That was definitely huge then, because he would have been able to get away from MJ in the other 50B. Could have gone over that hill, possibly.
Yeah. Well, here, Primo,
going into the next game,
2 bat chats on Team Primo. That's going to be crazy.
That could be pretty cool to see, and we've got a lot more 60 TPs this time as well. So we'll see. Primo adjusting their lineup a little bit, probably an adjustment of strategy as well.
Yeah, Canal is one of my favorite maps to watch, just because of the creative strategies that are often used with such an open map on both sides, but overall it's rather closed, I would say, which means that, you know, you've got 2 isolated sides of the map. You can get really creative with that.
Yeah, for sure. Canal, one of those maps where the opening can be extremely huge, but a lot of the time the game slows down in the middle, although that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. That used to be the case.
Yeah, we're going to see Primo making a play for B here, and Tommy already bleeding a shot.
But Pramo wasn't able to get the B cap under control, and Joker's made an aggressive play as well. Kakati is right under their nose here, so Pramo's not going to be able to get B. They're going to be down on caps because of that.
Yep, Tanner is going to get D, but I'm just curious as to what Sierra's role here was. He's in a bat chat, but he's just leaving spawn now, almost a minute into the game. I didn't notice what his plan was, but whatever it is, it didn't really give Pramo anything.
Yeah, I didn't exactly see the position, but if they were in the spawn, I would have thought that maybe they'd be trying to get some shots into that C cap, but it doesn't look like Primo were able to do anything about it anyways. From what I remember back in the day, you could set up a tank all the way back there, and if you get spots off on C, you can reset the right side of the cap from that spawn there. But again, like you said, didn't look like the roll came into effect because it didn't look like it did much there.
No, I wasn't sure if he was trying to get some resets on C or anything like that, but I mean, obviously that failed. And Primo should be able to take it now, but those 60 TPs from Joker are looking a little bit scary if Core or Tommy wants to make that push.
Yeah, interestingly enough, now would have been a decent time if those 60 TPs did get spotted there. A bat chat or a medium or anything shooting at those 60 TPs in the side might be able to buy them a little bit of space to take that C cap back.
Yeah, we also
but
have,
as it stands now,
we have Wabbit and Assassin that are also in this corner here, but as you can see, Wabbit's taking blind shots into the C area. They're both able to get resets on it if they can just use the 60 Ps to get the spotting and then reset it from afar without risk.
That is definitely true. Jokers just have C cap completely under control, and it doesn't look like Primo will be able to get anything on there. Although Tanner's going to be trying, but spots Joker steal, and that's going to be that play out the window. But he drops off.
Sierra trying to get onto the hill in his own spawn. He was actually not able to get up the first time he tried. Unfortunate play there.
Yeah, I think... Also, Tanner is on the C cap, but for some reason we had Joker steal in a good position. Didn't take any shots, but dropped off anyways. Not sure why. Because he could have been... he was in a good position, as we were saying.
Yeah, I don't really understand. Maybe a potential miscommunication from Joker here, and they've also bled a little bit as well. Chinergy taking a hit.
Miscommunication, or possibly just playing it very safe. Although, Yeah, as you can see there, DJ is in a decent position to get some resets. Takes a hit there, but Jokers are double capping that.
Yeah, and Sierra's trying to get a couple of resets, and he's able to shoot Tails here, but Kakati seems to be rather safe. And maybe Tails is sort of the sacrificial lamb. Ooh, never mind,
Ooh.
taking a hit.
Yeah, good reset there from Tanner. DJ also getting reset on Whitetails. Good bleeds here from Pramo on this B contest.
Sierra rotating
And
back.
doesn't look like... Yeah, Whitetails isn't able to get this cap here. Sierra, as you said, rotating to try and get an angle there. No, really solid defense there from Pramo. Able to get the game back closer to their control. The caps, as you can see there, getting close to equal now, but Pramo do have 2 caps to Joker's 1.
Yeah, looks like Joker's formulating a rotation here on this right side. Pramo does have 3 tanks in that area, but Joker moving the 50B over. I'm guessing that the Vickers and the IS-7 60GB are all on their way. Whitetail's the only
really
tank
big
spot
push
in the
here.
area.
Oh! Korra gets picked up. Huge kill there for Jokers, and Jokers is going to be taking the caps back in there, like, back under control.
Yeah, hit points are still a
they're
little bit
gonna-
even.
Yeah. It does look like it's going to be a cap game at this point, but I don't know. Pramo, like, look at that position from even Steven.
He's doing what Chip did last game, but it's seeming to work out
Yeah.
pretty nicely.
Yeah, and in IS-7, it's going to work out quite nicely, actually. Jokers isn't pushing this at all. They've got onto the C cap, but MJ's bleeding a whole lot. Pramo looks like they're in a really good position, and they're taking B anyways.
Yeah, Pramo has regained the hit point lead. They do still need to work on the cap lead a little bit, but they have taken B with Deejberry, and now MJ's about to go down here. He's on a sliver of his hit points.
Ooh. Chip goes down.
Looks
In
like
the 60 TP there.
Joker's focusing on getting Steven out of this little position here.
Yeah.
Are they putting too much resources into this play? Kakati taking a
Not
massive
sure.
hit next.
Oh, big kill there from Tommy into Chin. But, Pramo really close to getting this game on kills. Or on caps, I mean. If they
Yeah.
pick up another kill. Oh. But it looks like Steve is going to go down to Assassin. Tommy might go down to Joker Steel. But Gakati and Whitetails are also down very low in HP.
Absolute fireworks on the board here. Joker is able to get
Oh,
the
it's
kill
so
here.
close on cap.
980.
DJ could have the kill here, and that's going to be the clutch shot of the game
Wow.
to put Pramo into the win there.
What a game. That was awesome. Right down to the wire.
Yeah, right at the end.
You can't ask for a better game than that. Deej with 3.6k. Even though he was the tank that was kind of in the rear for most of the game, able to get a lot of damage in that way.
Tanner doing some solid damage as well as some clutch resets on the B cap. I think that was the turning point. Jokers realized that they were in a little bit of the hot seat there once they weren't able to take the B cap as they had hoped.
Absolutely, and it was a little bit strange because I thought Prima was a little bit slow to cap at the beginning, but Joker just letting C go without any worries. And it turned out
For
to
sure.
be their Achilles heel here.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Pramo has always been one of the, or maybe not always, but like in recent times, they've gotten very good at being able to turn the caps in their favor while there's a brawl or something going on the other side of the field. Like, as you can see there, they were able to take B, and at that point, they had 3 caps under their control. So Jokers really had to make a play there, but Pramo were also able to slow down the play on that C cap.
Yeah, what an
And
excellent
that's-
game.
Yeah,
This shows that Pramo really isn't out of it yet, even though Joker has been so dominant. Anyway,
for sure.
let's move on to the next game. We've got another map here, and that is Mayan Ruins.
Scores 1-1. A lot of 60 TPs for Jokers. Pramo going to be sticking to I7s and a healthy mix of 60 TPs as well.
Yeah, and I don't have the stats pulled up right on top here. Let me take a quick look at them. But yeah, here we are on Mayan Ruins. This is a map that historically a lot of these teams have been struggling with. Both Joker and Pramo having only mediocre win rates on this map. Pramo just over 60, and Joker only 40% win rate on this map. I wonder if that will come into play here, if Pramo just has better knowledge of the map.
Yeah, who knows? It could come into it. I mean, the IS7s are... They could Wolfpack fairly effectively if Pramo does decide to do something like that. But I mean, what do you think about this clump of 60 TPs for Jokers?
Yeah, I mean, they do enjoy the alpha damage that the tank clearly gives. Something interesting that I learned about the tank, well, maybe not so much learned as discovered through a few games, but, you know, if you use the Tungsten Shell's ability, and you have two of them, they can double tap any heavy tank in the game, except for maybe the mouse, but we don't see a whole lot of mouse, so that only takes about 12 seconds for two 60 TPs to take out a heavy, and they have 5 here, so they can technically one-tap a 60 an enemy heavy if they hit all of their shots.
Yeah. Oh, even Steven with the super aggressive play into that B area, trying to get some control. He's taken a few shots, but overall nothing too big.
Joker doesn't seem to be focused on Steven here, instead looking at
No, they're going to be
Deejberry.
going for the DJ. Oh, wow. But DJ, I mean, he was very far up, but, ooh, I mean, well, there's damage going on all over the place.
Somehow
It doesn't
Steven's
look like there's
still
a
on half his
focus
health.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Tommy on half HP, Steven on half HP, Cora on half HP.
Nope.
Oh, full
Huge
health,
ammo rack,
almost full health.
1900
Yeah,
damage ammo rack. We
and
didn't
that's
expect
what
to
the
see it on the
60 TP
IS-7. What?
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, IS-7 and 60 TP both have the same ammo rack HP, so,
Ah.
yeah, it's already starting now. Hopefully no more RNGs, but even Steven gets picked up now, and that's a good double tap there.
Yeah, Kakati also falling, but Pramo is starting to lose the hit point lead that they had a little bit at the beginning. Cora going to be the next to fall very momentarily here. And it doesn't look
Yeah.
like Premo has a good focus fire target with all of their tanks in really awkward positions to pick anyone out in particular.
Yeah, not really. It looked like Wabbit also had a turret on his tank or something. Kind of looked like you dropped off of him. Oh, Assassin with a big ram there. And a kill shot on Sierra.
Yeah.
But it's only 2 tanks against 4 now, and I don't think Primal's going to be able to pull this back at this point.
No, and even though Joker historically maybe hasn't been the best on this map, they clearly showed dominance here. Maybe something about those 60 TPs is just different, man.
Yeah, 60 TP just hits different, man.
Yeah. Racismo about to fall
And
down here.
Racismo. Yeah. Not a whole lot he can do here against 4. The angles are just covered. Guess
Not
a
at
good
all.
bounce there.
Yeah. Great back and forth
Not
game
gonna be
though.
hitting.
Game 1 to
Back and forth
Joker,
for sure.
2 to Pramo, and 3 to Joker again. So clearly some evenly matched teams here, even though unfortunately this one wasn't as close, maybe because of that ammo rack. That is really what started the hit point differential. But still fantastic game to see here. No caps being applied, it was just a straight out rush.
Yeah, for sure. Fast-paced gameplay for both teams. Pramo pushing tanks into really aggressive positions, but I didn't think the damage was coming in very much.
Unfortunately not. You were going to
Yeah.
see potentially a Yo here from Steven. This is going to be the first time we see a Yo this tournament. Game 4, which may be a little bit surprising considering how much it's taken the North American meta by storm. But even more
Yeah,
so
for
now, the
sure.
60 TP becoming the dominant tank on all servers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just something about the tungsten shells that, like, as you said earlier, they just hit different. Of course, the module damage seems to be kind of weird. I mean, a lot of ammo racks going on. Also because the 60 TP's rack isn't going to be very strong either. But as you can see there, there's an basically full health rack on an IS-7. Almost a 2-shot there, basically. And
Yeah.
as you said, turn the tide of the game.
Yeah, not a lot of competitive players are very happy to see this sort of thing, you know. Competitive play is supposed to be a measure of skill here. And of course, these ammo racks being completely RNG dependent, that's something that's not necessarily in their control. However, the counter argument to this is that these ammo rack durabilities are just a balancing factor of the tanks, and it's something that they should consider when picking them in the first place, knowing to take that risk or not.
Mm-hmm. But the 60 TP is just generally so flexible as a tank. I mean, as it's got the right things you want in a competitive tank. It's actually decently quick compared to the rest of the heavy tanks. It can go hold down. It's got decent gun depression, and it has alpha. Like, a lot of these teams are going to be trying to use them and incorporate them in their strategies. But as you said, it is a risk, as we've seen.
Yeah, there really aren't a whole lot of weaknesses that the tank has, but the Amarak is certainly probably the biggest one, I would say. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, that has shown to be a major role in the RU stream. So far, we
Yeah, I
haven't seen any
heard.
60 TPs Amarak on NA, but I'm sure that will follow very soon.
Yeah, hopefully not, but it's an inevitable occurrence, given how many are being played.
Yeah, it's not a matter of if, but when.
Hmm. It
Mm,
looks like both teams are going to be taking different strategies this time.
yeah.
Pramo playing similar to what Joker did last game. Whitetails is spotted going over towards A though. So Pramo trying to get the C cap before Jokers get A, but as we can see, Jokers will be getting the cap advantage.
Yeah, and I'm liking how all of these 60 TPs from Joker are lined up in the middle here. They're ready for any sort of weakness, and they will pop out and just triple tap anything. I'm surprised that they didn't try to get any vision on Korra, because that would have been a perfect opportunity for Joker to get some big damage in.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what exactly the role is, but it looks like it's more so defending that middle lane from... Oh, actually, look, let's see here. You've got the I7 going in for a bait, and maybe the 60 TP is going to be shooting anything that Steven,
Ooh.
or anywhere. Yeah, like Steven was poking there. I thought that maybe the 60 TPs were going to poke out and like bonk someone, but maybe they're waiting a little bit, as you could see there, for the perfect, or as you said earlier, for the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, Wabbit missed his first shot, as did the 50B. I think it was Chinergy. So now Pramo knows exactly what they're trying to do. Joker doesn't care though. They're
Hmm.
going to push right forward into Korra here.
Yeah, they're
Is Korra
going
ready?
in. Korra is ready-ish, it looks like. He's ready to back down, but I mean, he has support. Yeah, Jokers can't really push this, and it's surprising here. Primo do have a solid hold here. Oh, but Korra is taking a lot of hits now.
Absolutely. It looks like Tantan and Steven are trying to support from the rear as best they can, but Whitetails is able to get shots into Korra's rear. Primo is sending 3 tanks to deal with them at the moment. I'm not sure if that's too much resources, as
I
Kakati
think it
leading the
is.
charge from Joker. They're going to be pushing into Deej and Sierra with
Yeah,
5 tanks here potentially.
Whitetails was already relatively unhealthy. Like, he was pretty low HP. But Primo, maybe, as you said earlier, allocating too many resources there, and now they've got a big push on their hands here. Sierra and DJ with a little bit oh, what just happened?
Tanner just got double clipped, I should say, by 250Bs. He goes down instantly.
Oh man. A lot of things going down now, but Joker's actually down on HP and down on kills. So
They
it might have looked like a misallocation of resources, but the I7 was able to come around very quickly after picking up Whitetail. So Primo were able to make a solid counter push there. I think Joker's maybe bled a little bit too much in that push.
Ooh, Deej missing a huge kill shot opportunity on Kakati, who's going to stay
Yeah.
alive a little bit longer.
And clearly it's not over yet.
Joker
That
does
could
have
be
the cap
huge,
lead.
potentially.
Primo
Uh-huh.
needs to wrap this one up instantly. The caps are
Yeah, but
taking
it
up.
doesn't look like... Ooh. Yeah,
Deej.
that missed kill shot on DJ pulled him way out of position, and it cost him his life.
Caps are going to hit 980
Huge.
here. I don't know if Primo's going to be able to stop the capture points in
Definitely
time.
not. Yeah, Racismo would have to go all the way to A, but as you can see there, he's not getting on time. And Primo going down to caps.
Very unfortunate, disappointing defeat there. Primo definitely had that one, and it slipped right out
Yeah.
of their grasp because they didn't pay attention to the cap lead. And Deej, despite doing the top damage for Primo, missing that shot was definitely what sealed their fate for that game.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a much they could have had more options if DJ had picked up the kill. He could have gone back and supported to pick up more kills and slow down the cap, or like anything. But yeah, missing that kill shot meant that he had to go and chase that kill, and it cost him his life, which of course is going to neutralize the caps that he had gained back from what would have been a kill shot.
Yeah, not only losing his life, but losing his team the game. That's going to put Primo at a 3-1 deficit. They have to win every game from here on out if they want to advance to the next day, guaranteed.
Very close to a reverse sweep now. 3-1, they'd have to win 4 games in a row. Or no, 3. What am I smoking?
Call Joker the Warriors and Primo the Cavaliers. They have a chance to do it. I think they can, if
Mhm.
there's any team. Primo, of course, has shown that they're able to bring it when it matters. They've already won 1 game, so they have it in them. It's not going to be a full sweep here, but will they be able to turn it around on Naval Frontier, which is our 3rd map?
And it's not like they're losing by absolute blowouts either. These are close games, won and lost by a very small margin. So, and as we have seen before, Primo is a very experienced team. So, they're it's gonna be unlikely that they crack under pressure, like just completely. So, they definitely do have a fighting chance.
Yeah, and while they do have several new roster additions as compared to last season, adding people like Deej and Tommy and a couple others perhaps, of course, those are all experienced players as well, so I don't think any of them
Mhm.
should be cracking under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, you got to bring it to the table now at this point. Cracking under pressure is just not an option for either team now, especially not Primo.
Absolutely not. Now, Naval is a map that all the 4 teams that we were going to be seeing tonight have a very similar performance in, so this could really be anyone's game if we're just going to look at the previous stats.
Definitely.
I see triple 50Bs from Joker. They really have been playing quite a bit of them tonight, running at least 2 in most of their games so far, and now 3.
Mm-hmm. And it's very interesting because those 50Bs tend to get focused out if they're caught out. But with those 60 TPs, I mean, the 60 TPs are just about as dangerous in terms of firepower as those 50Bs. So it's hard to choose which tank to focus out, honestly.
Yeah, I understand why Joker is going to run them, though. They get across to the A corner very quickly before Steven's able to do anything to them.
Yeah, and those
Unfortunately.
50Bs just getting huge damage into Chip. I mean, this just could snowball in Joker's favor now.
Yeah, the 60 DPs from Primo are catching up there. They're going to be pushing Assassin and Joker right out of that corner, already putting a couple big shots into Tails.
Yeah, and Whitetails is going down very quickly, and Chip is still not dead somehow. Gagathe's trying to get the kill shot. Chip, oh, it looks like, well, I'm not sure where he's looking now. Tommy trying to cover, but Chip, I'm not sure. He was going for the kill on Whitetails or something.
Oh,
Trying to
and
stay alive.
triple tap into Cora. Cora going from almost full health to instantly dead because of those 350Bs. Unfortunately, now they're all
Yeah.
reloading, and is this time for Primo? Ooh, Deej
Oh,
missing
and
the HE
DJ.
shot. Oh boy.
He hit the HE, but low rolled it, and it only hit him for like 90 some damage.
And Steel being on 5 hit points, Tommy had to waste a shot to kill him. Joker's gonna be massively up on hit points now.
Yeah, and Whitetails does go down, but even Steven is out of the main fight. Assassin still somehow alive despite being one of the first tanks to take damage this game.
Wow. And even though Primo has been
Yeah.
fighting so close every single game, this one is just a completely dominant performance by Joker. That push with the
Yeah.
triple 50B caught Primo completely off guard. They were not ready for it.
Definitely not. Chip got caught out very hard, and Primo just really didn't have an answer to that. I mean, they lost a lot of HP right at the beginning and kind of froze. They did send 2 or 3 tanks over to A, but overall, just not going to be having the tanks in the positions to deal the damage in return.
No, unfortunately, they didn't take advantage of the 50Bs while they were clip reloading. And honestly, it's very difficult for them to do that, so I can understand why. But that's something that you need to capitalize on.
Yeah, I mean, just brutal finish there. Joker's with a really, really solid performance at the final game there in the series, and Primo gonna be knocked into that lower bracket now.
So we will be seeing Primo play against the loser of this next match that we're going to see in about half an hour. That will be Purple versus Rain.
Yeah, should be a good matchup as well. I mean, both of those teams back and forth this season. I think Purple was actually beating Rain early on in the season, and I think Brain at the end might have picked up a win or two. But both of these teams going to be battling out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this one goes because, of course, everyone knows that Purple is the feeder of Primo, and so that they're often regarded in kind of a different way than the rest of the teams here. Like, there's clearly a kind of a top 3 idea that a lot of people have that Primo, Joker, and Rain are clearly the 3 best teams on the server. But
Mhm.
despite Purple being defeated to Primo, they actually won the second week of the professionals tournament, winning all 7 games. So they actually have the most recent victory against Rain in that tournament.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, Purple is, I believe, even second place now. So definitely one of the stronger teams this tournament, actually. And I do think, like, yeah, they're supposed to be the feeder to Pramo, but it could go to either of them. I mean, I could see Rain or Purple winning either of them. Like,
Yeah, it's so difficult to choose one team to win it all because, of course, all 4
Mhm.
of them are so close. We know that Joker is the defending champion from spring season, but of course, Rain having won the last 2 big tournaments before that, and then Pramo just being the historically dominant team on the North American server ever since really tournaments were first introduced. So the 3 powerhouse teams are here, and then Purple just seems to be like the 4th team that just finally has started competing, but dang, they've been competing at a crazy high level.
Mhm. Purple definitely gonna be the underdogs in this matchup, but in my opinion, they've got a lot of bite. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're just gonna have to see if they bring it today, though.
Yeah, after forming a new team, they've got members from a few different clans. Of course, there's some from former straight members such as 707 and Kool-Aid, but then there's also a lot of veteran Purple Primo players like Darktronics, Lighttronics, etc. So looks like
Mhm.
they finally found out the perfect roster for them.
Yeah, definitely working for them.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, Amunet, have you about caught up on the game so far? Almost finished?
Well, not really. The last game literally just began for me.
Oh, I'll let you catch that up then. Okay, my bad. uh, yeah, we saw some awesome games there. That was unfortunately not as close as maybe I had hoped it to be, but still great showing from both teams. Primo is going to be playing tonight at, I think it is what, 12:20 p.m. Eastern time?
When?
Primo's going to be playing the loser of the next set, and they'll be playing just past midnight if I'm correct.
I believe so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a late night for these teams, unless they live in Pacific. But either way, heading into very late hours for basically everyone. So
They don't even have it the worst. That would be Amunet, and I guess Every who still hasn't woken up yet. Perfect timing.
yeah. Well, Amunet's gonna have to carry the, what's it called, the analysis for us. So
Yeah, I just
no
hope that
pressure.
Every's all ready for tomorrow, because he's going to have the center stage along with you, of course, commentating, so hopefully he gets caught
Oh,
up to
yeah.
speed.
Hopefully, maybe we could keep you on backup though.
I mean, I guess so.
Have you on
I'm
call
sure he'll
just in
wake up
case.
for that. I have no doubts
I
he'll wake
sure
up.
hope so.
That's kind of a big thing to miss.
Yeah. Gotta go to sleep early this time.
Oh man, actually getting a good night's sleep, that's challenging.
That's crazy.
Sleep? What is that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nah, just caught up. That was a very fast and brutal game, that last one.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, though, throughout the match, I have to say that Joker's strength has mainly been to keep their tanks alive. Like, it's kind of like a duh thing, but like that last match, you had AMXs pulling back or hiding behind rocks, keeping themselves alive, and that
Mhm.
made all the difference because you had Premo trying to get them, but not being able to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Overall, just really clever gameplay by Joker and Premo. As much as I love them, just didn't really have a response.
I
Yeah,
think
I agree.
Joker had a
Not
perfect
all of them, of course. Some games were pretty close, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Joker just had a really good balance of passive play and aggressive play. They knew exactly when to push, and they did it perfectly. And then, of course, they just completely changed the pace in that last game, where previously most of the games are going down to the wire based on cap, or, of course, having like a couple thousand HP differential. So them going straight to a fast-paced game Just Prema wasn't ready for it. They were used to maybe some slow, more calculated gameplay when, of course, we know that with the current meta, it's very aggressive and lots of brawling going on. Prema just wasn't really ready for it.
That's also why Chip got called out, because they didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah,
Not
for
there,
sure.
not that fast.
No, that's what 50
They're
Bs are
probably
best
hoping
at.
yeah, probably hoping for the 50 Bs to go somewhere else. Maybe they're hoping they'd maybe have some above B or something, but not
Yeah,
at
because
A.
that's usually where you find them, behind C or above B. So it's actually, this is honestly why I love Jokers, because they do outside of the box things like that. And it
Yeah.
makes them less predictable. And in this case, against a very steady team like Premo, that really works.
Yeah, and it's interesting because even if you were able to predict that the 50 Bs were going to A, which in and of itself is very difficult to
Odd.
do, yeah, you'd have to completely change your strategy if you were going for A. I mean, like those 50 Bs there, you wouldn't probably take them in a YOLO brawl just because those 50 Bs do have stronger DPM, and I mean they're not going to be alone. They've got the 50 or the 60 TPs for support most likely. So
Exactly.
yeah.
But
It's
it was
kind
like,
of yeah.
with
Go ahead.
pretty much all the games, I've noticed that Joker was forcing Premo to play their game. The one game where they didn't was the game that Premo won.
Mm-hmm.
Like, also, if you look at the games on main runes, especially the second one, Joker pushed, and they kept pushing, and Premo was kind of like trying to run behind them, but they didn't arrive there in time, and it just allowed Joker to sort of like pick things up and everything. And that's just basically what happened throughout this matchup. They forced Premo to play their game, which didn't allow Premo to play their own game, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
focus on your defensive play, it makes it very difficult for you to maintain a lead because you're just so focused on not falling behind too much that it's very hard to make any sort of advantage.
Exactly, and it causes the enemy team, in this case, Premo, because Joker basically forced Premo to just panic. And that's one of the things that I noticed in the game where Premo won. You saw the panic in Joker trying to respond to what Premo was doing, and just not having the time and the ability to do so. And it was, well, fun isn't the right word, because I can imagine it's not fun for the teams, but it was fun to see sort of that role reversal.
Yeah, I mean, as you said at the beginning of the game, or when you were about to start your analysis, like you said, Jokers was just better at keeping their tanks alive. I think what
Yeah.
you were saying also about the panicking definitely comes into play there. Like you're panicking, trying to think of, or maybe not panicking, but you're under pressure now. You're losing HP. You're trying to keep your HP. You're not going to be focused as much on trying to get damage out. You're going to be trying to stay alive, but even still, Jokers were able to get the damage
Thank you for the
in,
10,
like
Stinky.
when Primo tried to retreat.
Yeah.
So
That's something that I always like about the EU gameplay. We have EG, and EG is really good at absorbing pushes. So basically, the gameplay that we have just seen, you rarely see EG panic in that specific way, because they're sort of like built to absorb pushes like that. And it's always interesting to see these kind of matches, because it's all about whether the team that they're fighting against can or can't absorb that like that.
Yeah, and to give Prema some credit, I think that on that fourth game, they were able to absorb the push pretty well. They had a lot of tanks in defensive positions. I just think that at the end, they weren't really able to capitalize on their advantage here. And of course, missing a couple kill shots is what sealed the deal for them, because to give them again credit, they did a good job defending the very aggressive push and playstyle that Joker's used to.
Absolutely. That, just to be clear, Pramo is definitely a fantastic team. This is the top 4 of the server. So there's no bad play or whatever. It's mainly just there's little mistakes happening and the other team punishing very brutally for that. But the mistakes are generally tiny. Like, if you have any of this in a normal game, then everything that they do, it makes sense. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, in the competitive play, if you bounce a shot on a one shot, like it can
Yeah.
definitely come back to hurt you, especially depending on how far away they are. You might not get a chance to shoot them. Like might not get another shot at it. Like you really have to do, you really do have to hit those shots. Um, but at the same time, like Blitz is that kind of like RNG game. So at that point, who knows? Like it could have been a well aimed shot, but it could have just been the 1 in 1,000 shot that like wasn't gonna hit just because.
But that's
So.
the thing. Missing a kill shot does more than just miss the kill because it could allow your the one that you were trying to kill to shoot more.
Mm-hmm.
It also means that your team has to waste is not, you know what I mean, waste shots to get that kill after all. Like the last match, one of the 6 GTPs tried to HE the AMX to kill
Mm-hmm.
it, and they did like 84 damage or something to it, which is very low, and that's a risk that you're taking in order to try and get that quick kill. But at the same time, it did mean that one of the, I think it was another 6 CTP that was behind the AMX that had to use their shot to take out an about 100 HP tank.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that sort of stuff. It has a massive effect on the whole game. Like if you have a quick firing tank like the Vickers, for instance, it has a lot less impact than if you're playing 6 CTPs because the reload is long and the damage potential is much bigger than that 100 HP that it has to take out then.
Right.
Yeah, when you're in the heat of battle, you just really don't have the time to invest in making sure that you get those kills after missing a shot. You need to be able to
Yeah.
depend on your individual players to, of course, focus on their micro and, to perform when they need to. That's why these players are all in this top four, because, of course, all of them have proven that they're competitive players and that they're capable of having what it takes at this level. So that's why missing those kill shots is even more unacceptable at this level, because everyone is depending on each individual member to perform their role. And when you don't,
Hmm.
you either have to invest more time fulfilling that role or you have to invest more tanks fulfilling that role. And both of those things are costs that you're not always able to afford, especially in such a situation as Game 4, where Prema was already down on the capture points and they needed to get kills in order to win because capping out was not
Mm-hmm.
an option anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the part where I always feel the pressure is the biggest in competitive gameplay like this. Because you know that every shot you miss doesn't just affect you, it affects your whole team.
Mm-hmm.
And that just makes the stress so big.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like the stress is already high. Um, but when things aren't going your way, it's even more so. Like you're trying to figure out a rotation, you're trying to communicate, oh, I missed a kill shot, can someone else get it? In the heat of the game, that's gonna be like things that, I mean, you're already adding more of more stress onto not only yourself at that point, but also like teammates. And
Yeah.
also, like, even though you can try as much as you want, previous mistakes maybe will affect mental later on in the matchup. So,
Hmm.
like, it's like sometimes, like, I know Primo was definitely taking some close games against Jokers, but it's sometimes those close losses that are the most impactful. Like, it was so close, we almost had it. And people start blaming RNG, blaming other people sometimes, and that just gets to your head maybe.
Yeah. But that's also why I want to still bring up that ammo rack. Like, totally in agreement with the fact that basically, if you pick the tank, you also pick the ammo rack. But that ammo rack was such a game changer, and I think what it basically it was demoralizing. I think
Yeah,
because it was
probably.
still relatively early on in the game. The brawl had just pretty much started, and then you lose a tank that is that healthy. That was occupying 2 tanks, which
Hmm.
allowed those 2 tanks to get back into the battle versus everyone else.
Oh yeah, like if you're like even if you are going to maybe die like eventually, you can still waste a lot of time potentially he could have done anything. Like, he could have even dragged those tanks further away from the action. That could have
Mm-hmm.
bought Pramo some more time for sure. Like, everyone was right there. If you're dragging 2 tanks away from the Joker team and you're only one, even though you might die, you get some shots out. But more importantly, you're wasting 2 other tanks' time. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's especially
like you said,
important not only in heavy tank games, but 60 TP games. That tank, of course, we all know is very mobile, and it's able to get into battle very quickly. But the one thing that it really struggles with in particular is going up hills. That thing is super slow up hills, and if DJ was able to survive a little bit longer, I think it was DJ that got ammo wrecked. Bringing down those 60 TPs, that's a lot of time that Primo is buying. Because, of course, in these games, you really need to take all the time that you can. So the fact that
Yeah.
Primo lost that ability that they almost had, that I think that's probably what they were going for, is trying to pull tanks down like that and then focus up top, because that's where they had a lot of tanks. But the fact that they lost that option just with an RNG roll, that was just shattering to them, of course, because of course they were coming off of momentum from winning game 2. They were ready to take the lead. And honestly, I think that if that MREC didn't happen, there's a very good chance that they would have, and we would have seen more than just 5 games.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Exactly that.
Like, we don't know what would have happened after that. It was a close game either way. Well, I mean, like right at the end, maybe not as close. It was, I think, 3 or 4 tanks against 1. But as we said earlier, you're distracting 2 tanks. Primo takes the lead in that brawl, and it could have been a different game. It could have been like 4-on-2 at the end.
That's why I'm all for RNG in tournaments, don't get me wrong, because I think it's part of, well, the charm isn't the right word. For the teams, it's not charm. for us, it is, but like engine fires and module damage and ammo racks and all of that, it's all a part of it, and it basically just makes the game that much more intense when stuff like that happens. And it's kind of like trying to find a balance between wanting to keep things fair for everyone involved, and at the same time knowing that basically if the game was like you do standard X amount of damage per shot, you can't ammo rack people or do module damage, the games would be a lot less interesting, to be fair. RNG is part of what makes tournaments.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm surprised that we didn't see more ammo racks than we did. I know that
Same.
Jack had the ammo rack counter for the 60 TPs on the RU server, and I think that they probably played a little bit more 60 TPs than we saw tonight. But still, the fact that we saw 060 TPs get ammo racked at all was very surprising, to be honest. I expected a lot, and I expected a little bit of tension there, but the only one we saw was an IS-7, and I mean, fair enough, that tank is also easily ammo rackable, but that's been around for so long, and it's still not something that you see terribly often in finals such as this.
Yeah.
I think that's also the difference in gameplay, though. RU is very brawly, so you get to in close quarters with each other very early on, and I think it's also easier to ammo rack an ammo rackable tank then. The games here have been more spaced out, people using more cover, moving less in the wolf pack, trying to YOLO in.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, hitting the ammo rack is only possible in the 60 TP if you get it in the side. It's the same with the I7, side of the hole. So if you're playing hold down, obviously you're not going to get a shot at the rack, as you said. So definitely does come down to play style. So you're absolutely correct.
Kind of wondering how that will go in the future matches. I think, like, I get that people will still play the 60p because it's right now, it's pretty much the most meta tank that you can take together with the IS-7s, which is, like you said, equally as ammo rackable. But I wonder if it's going to make people play more patiently, like on NA and EU, I mean. Because it's mainly in the brawls that all those ammo racks happen. So it's not necessary to your advantage to brawl in these matches now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a fair point.
So what are you guys expecting from the purple RGN matchup? A lot more 60 TPs or maybe not as many?
I think about similar, 2 or 3 per game per team.
Yeah.
Not necessarily tons of them.
Yeah, I think that Rain tends to be a little bit more creative with their strategies than some other teams. So I don't fully expect them to stick to the 60 TP only meta. I think that we'll see a little bit more from them. From Purple, it's really hard to say. I mean, of course, we haven't seen them play since the Professionals tournament, and the 60 TP has been added since then. So, really, there's no context to what tanks are going to play that anyone publicly has, unless you've been in training with them, which I don't think any of us have. Unless, of course, Fishy,
Yeah,
you've been
no.
watching Rain a little bit, but I'm sure you don't want to spoil too much of their play.
No, I don't like to involve myself in it very much. So
Fair.
I'd rather keep my mind clear of all that and go in as basically as fresh as you guys. So
Sure.
I'm not gonna be keeping up on that. But
That's always a good thing, though, because it tends to make you biased if you know what teams are going to be doing,
oh yeah,
so to
for
speak.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I agree. um, I was gonna say, I think purple is also like 34 was saying about rain. I think purple is, from what I've seen at least, they're pretty creative with their lineups as well, from what I remember. So I mean, who knows? I do hope that maybe we just don't see like a huge spam of 60 TPs, because I think spamming a lot of tanks makes things generally unfun.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit bland, as with the
First
Yos
season
were.
Kranwagens, anyone?
Jeez.
I will say that I prefer
Or
this meta to the
IS4s.
Kronvons any day, easily.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because Kronvons, it just completely shut down any hopes of pushing. You know, the goal of that thing is, of course, to be passive and to deter the pushes. It's hull down, it's nearly invincible hull down. And even though it has low DPM, its damage per minute, its effective DPM goes up quite a bit when it's able to unload that first clip. And it's more easily able to do that, of course, when it's sitting hull down and doesn't have to push forward like that. So, very defensive tank as opposed to the 60 TPs with their nice mobility, nice gun, nice armor. I would say more of an offensive tank, as well as the Yo, which is probably the second most popular tank, even though we haven't seen a ton of them today. Maybe I would disagree with that. Maybe I'd say IS-7s are the second most popular.
Yeah, right now it seems so for sure.
Not something I
And it's
expected.
kinda,
Sorry.
yeah, I think it's no, it's good. I think it's kind of strange. I think what teams are trying to do, I mean, it's always gonna be teams are looking for the best balance of mobility, firepower, and obviously survivability. I mean, mediums just really don't have a place now, because the firepower isn't really worth it in terms of their like their mobility or their armor and survivability. So I think IS-7 is probably what teams find to be the next best thing to a medium if you need some mobility in your strategy. So I guess that's why teams are trying to work more IS-7s into their strategies.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah. Point of clarification.
Because
I guess I wouldn't consider the IS-7 to be mobile as much as fast. Mobility, I feel like, comes along with quickness and ability to get like around the maps quickly, and a lot of that is traverse speed as well, which the IS-7 clearly does lack. But for me, I feel like the IS-7s are mostly used just because of the speed of getting into initial positions, which seems to be rather important in these sort of games. As well as, you know, it does have that big beefy alpha damage, which is useful in this meta where they're going so much just for those shot trading that the 60 GP is good at. If you're not able to trade with a 60 GP, or at least come close to trading with it, you're at a big disadvantage.
Very true. It seems like the next games should be starting.
I believe they
in 15
start.
minutes.
Yeah, they start 10 minutes after the hour, I believe.
Yeah.
So we still got some time then.
Yes, this is basically always the boring part.
Yeah.
For
Burning
us anyway.
time. Let's go. I played a couple replays, but I don't have that many of them on hand, so just buying as much time as I can.
I'm just looking at the garage
Actually,
right now.
a bunch of people sent replays for my Tuesday stream. I guess I can pull up some of those that I didn't get to run. I guess I do have entertainment,
always a
so
good thing.
have fun fending for your own stuff, Fishy.
Yeah. Well, what do we have for the next matches? Canal. Well, it's the same maps.
Same. It's the
Yeah,
same
right. Because
map.
we're gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, we get different maps.
I forgot
Mhm.
that the update killed all of these replays. Never mind. No.
Yeah, how convenient for the upgrade. or
Guess
the update.
I'm out of content as well. Dang, I made fun of you, and this is karma. There are some
Let's
good
see,
ones
do I still
too.
have anything?
I've been playing a couple of my Pershing games, but I've only got 3 of them saved. The Pershing, by the way, that thing is, oh my goodness, it is overcooked now that the update came out. I don't know if y'all have been paying
Yeah.
attention to the changes, but Pershing and Carnarvon, holy.
Did you show your
yeah.
ace with me?
Well, that would be gone as well because of the update.
Ah, of course. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, all I have is yesterday's games. And I played some ratings today, but it didn't go particularly well. I'm not gonna bother.
Oh, I was trying to get some games in before the stream, just basically gaming, and it went horrible. I'm not good at playing at 3 a.m. I was driving into rocks and everything.
It's gonna be rough when you're low on sleep.
Oh
For
god,
sure.
yeah. No,
I'm used
it's
to
all
it.
good.
Life of a
It's all
college
fun.
student, I gotta be
Yeah.
alert at all times, no sleep.
That's
I
true.
did get decent sleep this week because it's been a little bit more chill, but you know, university life, let's go.
Yeah.
Now, you guys stream NA pretty much exclusively.
Mhm.
Do you watch the other servers?
Yeah, I watch the bigger games. Don't watch as much like top 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I always think it's really interesting to see how much the other servers differ in terms of like just playstyle. Like
Yeah.
I find it whack because it's like obviously everybody gets the same tanks, the same consumables, same everything, but playstyle just gonna be substantially different from one server to the next. Like
I always find it really fun. Like last weekend, I was tuning with 34, and I kept going to places which are like in EU, this is the place where you go in that map, basically. That's where the action takes place. And it's like completely opposite. And I'm like, wait, what?
yeah, I was tuning with Every as well and on EU, and I had the same experience. So definitely gonna be the same across the board. Like even in pubs.
It's so funny. It's
Yeah.
weird, but it's funny. Like, Asia, for instance, is still a few years behind with the way that they play the meta and everything. They're growing and they're growing very fast, but I always feel like they take the lineup from last year, so to speak, and it always takes some getting used to when I haven't watched Asia for a bit, and then I see Asia and I'm like, oh right, yeah.
Yeah. Did you? I mean, obviously, I didn't. I'm guessing. I know that you watched the Asia stuff because you were in the stream, but I did
Mhm.
not because it was at, I think 4 a.m. for me. So I just kind of left my computer on, and that was that. Did they run anything that was surprising to you in this top 4? Like, were there less 60 TPs?
There were nearly no 60 GPs.
Wow. What was the dominant tank?
That is what I mean. It's like they take the previous meta. You see lots of Yos and everything.
Ah.
Which is like it's fine. It's just something that is typically Asia server. It's always like that. Just like with the RU server, regardless of what tanks they have, they will brawl and they will be very impatient, aggressive games.
Very true.
Yeah.
I think of the servers, EU is probably the most patient gameplay, with an aggressive game in between every now and again, but the most tactical gameplay is in most supremacy gameplay. But yeah, each server has their merits. The thing that always surprises me the most about the NA server is the talking in game.
No,
Like you
yeah.
will get like whole stories in a battle. I'm like, why? What?
In pub
Yeah.
games, yeah.
But yeah, when Amunet and I were platooning, she would comment on that like every few games, just because there's always people that are sharing their life story, etc. It's just so funny. Like
It's
no one
hilarious,
cares.
but it's just so weird.
Hmm. Half of it was
It's
tunnel
like-
pramo, tunnel pincer.
Yeah. Yeah, because my press account on NA is in Premo, so I have the tag, and I get focused for that. I'm like, why are you focusing me? I'm rarely on this server.
Yep,
It's the
just
tag.
the tag.
Yeah.
Is that a thing on other servers?
Like on EU, I get it because I get focused for me. I get focused for my clan tag,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm used to it there. But yeah.
Yeah, I watched some other servers. I did watch both of the RU streams most of the duration, and I watch Ufpanja a lot. Of course, the 7-star captain. He streams a lot on his own. I watch him quite frequently, and it is really interesting to see how things are so different. I feel like for RU, one of the main reasons for the difference is probably bred by the fact that there's a lot more bad players on RU, to say the least. Some of the players that I see on the enemy team, it just makes me just wish that I had those kind of enemies on the NA server. And like Ufpanjad doesn't really have to look at the tanks that are sitting right behind him because they're not looking at him. He's just able to focus on what's in front of him to be fine. And like if that were a thing on NA or EU, that would just be so nice. And I mean, I've not really played on any of the other servers. I don't have an account on RU, EU, Asia, etc. But I would imagine that if I were able to play on those servers, or especially RU, that it would be a lot easier to get damage by playing so aggressively, because not that many people are paying attention to you. And I feel like that might also affect the meta a little bit, because all of the competitive players are used to being able to push in pubs, so that they also translate that into pushing in competitive. And I wonder if that has some sort of effect.
I think so, yeah. That's a good point. Like,
Thanks to
RU
the,
is
thanks
by
to the
far the
420
largest
BP. Much
server
appreciated. Some feet pics.
that
That's
is
a little
there player
sus.
wise. Like,
And also
I
Stinky.
think
I'm sorry that I didn't get to read this
NA
earlier,
and
but
Asia
hello to
have
Share.
about
Text her
20k
later after the
people
stream. You got
online
it,
at
man.
the peaks of
Thanks
the
both
day.
of you. Thanks
For
everyone.
EU, that is
Who
around
followed, by the way.
40. But then you have RU, and that's like 100,000. So it's just by far the largest server. And I think that's also because if you remember that the average player is used to losing more than they win, that also means a lot more potatoes on RU. But what you say, if that works in pub battles, it's also more likely to work in tournaments, which is like, it's interesting. That also explains why you don't see that in other servers.
Radium, thank you for the prime, man.
competitive-wise, I
Let's
mean.
go.
Yeah.
Like
What's up,
we
Radium?
also
Good to
have
see you, man.
our share of potatoes, but you don't get away with rushing like that on our servers.
Not at all. I feel jealous.
Yeah, it's like whenever you are able to make an aggressive play work, like at the beginning of the game, it's just so satisfying because it doesn't happen
Yeah.
very much. Like a lot of times you just get like the whole enemy team just like, all right, get rid of them. You get counter pushed and die.
Oh my
I
goodness.
need to play RU more just to try it out. Really, I've got one account and I think I've got one battle with a Raz, so I kind of don't want to ruin my stats there. It's in tier 1 or tier 2, but still it counts.
An average of 7 kills. That's funny. Even if it's just a one battle account, that's still like probably not a common thing at all. That is so funny.
Exactly. I basically
Yo,
I only got
Visa,
that
thank you
account
for the sub.
because I
Poggers.
was
Let's go,
I was gonna
Visa.
stream RU, so I needed to have an account so I could spectate.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the whole tutorial and everything, and then I had that battle. I was like, okay, that's it for this account.
Can't make another one as per the rules, technically.
Yeah, that's I think one of the rules that they will never be able to enforce.
No. Really, the only way they can catch you is if you admit to it publicly.
I'm not even public.
Yo,
you have to
and
admit
thank
to
you.
it on game.
Thank you for the bits. Got
Yeah,
big
they
feet
don't
and smell
see
like
Discord
cupcakes.
or voice like this as
Facts.
proof.
Yeah.
Nick, thank you for the bits.
Generally, I think
Oh
I've
my.
heard of one thing happening outside, but obviously I just heard of it, so I can't confirm if it was true or not.
But it's
Don't-
like weird. I get that you can't transfer your account by selling or giving or anything like that. I do not understand why it's technically not allowed to have multiple accounts. Because it makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I
having
mean, I have
multiple.
multiple accounts. My reroll holds my our second clan basically, and I've got a secret reroll. Basically, if I want to play anonymously, I will go play that.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the
Oh.
room is up, by the way, Fishy.
Yep.
Oof.
Here we
Okay,
go.
then I'm gonna mute again, and I'll see you after the matchup.
Yeah, sounds good,
Alright.
Aminet. All right, let me get my overlay set up here. I have like a fancy overlay that I put a lot of time into that has like the team icons and
Oh
like
yeah.
the training room, like it has the team lineups, has the score, etc. But it got messed up a little bit when I joined because right now for me, Rain is on the left and Purple's on the right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I had all set up. Is it the same for you?
I have purple on the left, rain on the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, so I have Rain on the left. So I think when I had it for the previous one, it was Prem on the left, Joker on the right. But when the game started, they were flipped, and
I
my
hate when
icons
that
were
happens.
backwards. So I had to like on the
Mhm.
fly edit it in the middle of the stream, and it was painful.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to learn what the studio mode does for OBS, so it's actually pretty useful. It doesn't show up on stream what you're doing to the overlay.
Yeah.
Just to say, that has to do with which side you're spectating for.
Yeah. But
Basically, you will be listed with one of the teams as a spectator, and
Mhm.
that's generally the team that you will have, I believe, on your right, and on your left in the game, I think. But that's to do with that, basically, because you're spectating different teams, the teams show up differently in battle.
Interesting.
right.
So I'm
Also,
not purple on the left then.
yeah. Also, I'm realizing I
Alright.
have the old outdated logos. I know Purple and Rain, they changed to like a bull and then like the anime icon. I still have the Viper from Purple and like the whatever, the horned lion for Rain. I don't really know what it was. Do you know what it is? What is
Yeah.
that logo?
It's supposed to be a lion. The horns
Okay.
are actually ears.
Their ears?
Yeah, I don't
Br-
know. A lot of people complained about that when they saw it.
I couldn't tell what it
But
was. That is funny. Do you know who
yeah.
designed it?
I actually hired somebody from Fiverr, so
Okay.
can't say.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, thanks for the sub, Ritsu.
Yeah.
Yo, Every's here. Hi, Every.
Oh, he is?
Can I just say sorry for that? My alarm was an hour later.
Oh
Oops.
my god, you
Oh
went up.
no.
It's all good. As long as it doesn't happen tomorrow.
no.
Tomorrow it starts an hour earlier than today, by the way, Peter. Just for the
Yeah,
record.
because that I know.
Okay.
You're in the
That's
spotlight
unfortunate.
tomorrow, so if you miss tomorrow, we're gonna have problems. There's gonna be the empty webcam source. Anyway, I'll stop exposing you. I'll let you prepare yourself. I'm sorry.
Finish waking up.
Yeah. Anyway, looking at the teams here, we're already seeing some interesting lineups as compared to what we've seen so far. We're on Canal, which, again, I previously established is a map that you can get creative on because both sides of the map are rather like isolated from each other. But look at this is 3 mediums right now for Rain.
Yeah. Triple mediums. You've got 2 E50Ms, an M48, a 50B, double IS7s, and a Yo. And Purple's gonna have those double 60 TPs, triple IS7s, a Yo and a Vickers Light. So each team will have at least one mobile tank, but Purple's gonna have one Vickers, so could be interesting.
Yeah, I'm just curious what Rain is thinking exactly with their strategy. Of course, the mediums are advantageous in the decap area, and I would say Rain spawn is probably better for taking the D side, so I wonder if that's what they're going to play too. But I'm just more curious as to why they don't have a single 60 TP, whereas in the previous set we were seeing teams that were taking up to 5 of them.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, no 60 TPs. I don't think that happened in any of the games between either team's last matchup. At least 160 TP was played by both teams each time, I think.
Yeah, you're correct in that. I'm surprised that there's not a single one.
Yeah, well, let's see if it works out for them. Those double E50Ms in an M48, as you said, could possibly be a D play And we'll see if Purple does react to that. So
Yeah, Rain's gonna keep it. Running 3 medium tanks. Now, I'm just curious what they're gonna do with that 50B. That thing's big and soft. It's not really able to play in the C area. Are they going to bring it to D as well?
most likely, I would say that, unless they set it up somewhat like a tank destroyer on the D area. But that's, yeah, I don't know. Looks
That
like
is
they're
what
gonna
they
be
seem to be
crossing over to
doing.
D.
Purple's going to be pushing D as well. Ranger, of course, getting the early light tank position, but all the IS-7s
Oh,
and
Ranger
whatnot are
spotted.
coming around too.
Doesn't get hit though.
Ranger lights
But Purple,
Vidu.
yeah, you said.
Did he light anyone else? Does he know that Fatness and TJ are here? He must now.
Guess not. He took a shot, and Fatness is not spotted.
TJ's going extremely aggressive here.
Oh,
Everyone
and
else
that's
from
a good
Purple's
play because
spotted.
it's able to spot all those IS-7s. Although it looks like I don't think Rain will be able to get out of here with those two mediums, the E50M and the M48. Looks like they're going to be caught out here by those IS-7s.
Fatness
We
taking
see
massive
Fatness, yeah.
damage. He's going to go down instantly.
Oh,
Rain
yeah,
is
he's
just
gonna
not
be going
ready.
down most likely. Yeah, they didn't really follow up with that D play very effectively. Fatness is still alive though somehow. TJ trying to split the focus, and Purple able to get huge damage into him.
Yeah,
But Fatness is still alive somehow.
and 13 has taken several hits from Purple, but that's not enough. Rain already
Yeah.
down 2 tanks, almost 2,000, yeah, about 2,000 hit points. Ooh, Rain is starting to bring the hit points back a little bit, though.
Yeah, the hit points were about even, but without those two tanks, especially since they were DPM tanks, and now one more, I don't think they're going to be picking this game up.
No, not at all. I think that the fact that all of those medium tanks are just a little bit too soft, they're not going to be able to weather the storm here. And while sometimes they may be able to make a play in the opening game that could be beneficial, in the end game they can tend to suffer a little bit. If they're not just being used for their mobility, they can't really brawl at all.
Yeah, I mean, unless they have a little bit of distance to, like, just slow the enemy down. But RGN just really didn't follow up with any tanks. They were able to take C. It seemed like they went in through mid, but Purple just sent everything onto that D area, basically.
Yeah, and can we
And-
talk about the hit point sharing of Purple? Look at every single player is on around the same hit points. Rain had only got their first kill about 10 seconds before the match ended. Everyone else was pretty much even. Actually insane like hit point sharing there, and Rain definitely suffering with their focus fire. Needed to get some kills there, but the fact that they weren't able to pick any up, the IS-7s and the 60 TPs from Purple were only able to compound on the fact that they were still alive, while Purple was getting all the kills, taking out guns.
Yeah, I mean, RGN, again, just not able to get their heavy tanks or anything to slow down Purple's push. Like, they spotted Purple's push, but by then it was far too late. RGN weren't able to pull back. They weren't able to get any damage in either, so it just didn't work out for them in the end, their aggressive play.
No. Looking forward to game 2. Again, we're going to see another creative run here from Rain. They're going to put a bat chat in, which we did see from Pramo, and it didn't seem to work out from them. Or did it? Was this the game that worked out for them?
No,
Actually, no,
yeah,
they did win the
the-
2 bat chat game. That's
It
right.
worked well for them because they were able to get the resets in on B,
Correct.
and I think they were able to get damage in and caps control as well, so... But they were running double.
Yeah, but on
Purple's
Purple
gonna
we're
be running
seeing...
double lights.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting too. I'm surprised that they're not running patents. We've seen double patent several times, but I don't know what the advantages of double Vickers. Of course, Canal being such a split map, vision is pretty important, I would say. But with the way that the last game was played, I don't think there's really much need for vision if you're just going to be going for a brawl. So we might see a little bit slower gameplay here for game 2.
For sure. The Vickers, the double Vickers, most likely an indication, as you said, of a little bit slower gameplay with more vision getting incorporated into the strategy. But additionally, those double light tanks are going to be giving his Royal Fatness a hard time. I mean, even in a 1 versus 1, it's going to be a difficult matchup against a single or another Vickers. But if it comes down to a 2 versus 1, he has absolutely no chance.
Yeah, the Hesh
So-
already makes it difficult for the bat chat, but now it's going to be even worse that there's 2 of them. No, so Fatness is going to have to make sure that he doesn't overextend too much because, of course, Vickers can go all the way over around the map really easily, it'll be super easy for Pramo to just, or sorry, for Purple to just focus him down, rotate all the way around once he's spotted, and take him out quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get zoned out most likely by, like, in most areas of the map. We already see Purple making an aggressive play into the ditch. Dragon Creek as well. Shots going in across towards Fadu and TJF Blue as they go over towards A, but no damage coming in just yet.
Rain putting a couple tanks into the dip as well. Dragon Creek putting a big one into Darktronics, but he's taking a couple
but he's
hits.
a little bit overextended. Ultimately doesn't bleed a whole lot though.
No, he seems to be fine. And Glory, on the other hand, is pushed very aggressively, trying to push Chicks back.
Very solid position there. Chicks is going to have to back up. TJ taking a big shot there from, who is that? TMA in the back in the 60 TP, but look at those double Vickers for Purple.
They are making their play. I think they might be trying to hunt for that Batchet. Are they going to be able to find him? No, he's all the way at the A corner. There's no way they're going to catch him.
707 getting bled out very hard there in the middle area, and he's going to be forced to drop down. Ranger taking some hits there as well. Really big damage as you're trying to shut down those Vickers.
Dragon
And there's a
Creek,
push here coming in from Purple.
he's going to be the first focus fire for Purple, but Purple doesn't really have enough tanks there. Kami and Rob are able to stave off N13 and 707. Chicks is going to try to push through them, but Fadu still has shots as well. Dragon Creek poking one in, and 07 goes down.
Yeah, first kill of the game going to RGN this time. Rob is getting focused out, but he's able to pick up Uncle Chicks. Big shots there.
Kami getting the
And
kill on
N13's getting
N13.
focused as well.
There we go, and this is a very opposite of what we see. This time it is Rain that has all of the hit point sharing, and of course, Fatness being full health in the light tank, that's not the tank you want to hit point share with, but the hit point differential here is massive, and there's no way Purple can come back here.
Yeah, I mean, like, they also don't have any cap control, so Purple's play just didn't end up working out. Oh, a triple kill there at the end.
No,
TMA, final tank alive.
that almost felt like fish in a barrel, to be completely honest, because Purple dropped nearly everyone into the middle area, and Rain had tanks in the corner. They had the Batchat in the corner, they had Fadu in the 50B on the outside, and then of course Kami and Rob playing at the bottom of B. They were kind of the ones that were the front men almost, but even then it was the IS-7s that were taking all the hits from Rain and allowing such farming from Rain to come out. The IS-7s aren't the tanks that you want to take out because those have the worst guns for sure. You want to be focusing the ones that have the bigger guns like the 60 TP, but Rain made it very difficult to access them.
And even their IS-7s were difficult to access. I mean, they just had very strong positioning there. And my game had crashed earlier.
Ooh.
I think it's weird because, yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully the stream
it's all
didn't
good.
suffer too much.
Hopefully.
How much time did you miss out on? Because that was a very quick
Oh no,
game.
right at the end. Like,
Oh,
the
okay.
defeat screen.
We're
Yeah.
fine then. Yeah. Well, in case the victory defeat screen wasn't seen, I will inform you that Rain did in fact win the game.
Yeah. It seemed so from how the battle was panning out. That,
Yeah, but just in case, if you don't see the battle screen, does it really count?
Yeah, who knows?
All right, we're moving to Mayan Ruins here, and we are seeing some 60Ps coming back for Rain. Looks like maybe that was just a one-time strat where they abandoned them, but a couple Yos coming out. We're going to see 3 of them from Rain. We're going back to old meta a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it might be interesting. I think teams may be trying to experiment a little bit with knocking those 60 TPs out of the game. The Yos with a small gun, as well as the clip, might be able to do... well, they kind of match the Yos in terms of firepower. Maybe not in armor so much, but in firepower. That 900 versus that like 680 with the tungsten shells, as well as the lightning fast reload. I mean, it might be able to keep them away at least a little bit. So we'll see if those Yos do work out for RGN here. Rain.
Yeah, whenever I see RGN, I think of Region, because of course we know the old EU clan Legion, so
Legion.
I have to hold myself every time. And today when I was going around in the Discords wishing every team good luck, I said good luck Region, just to be funny. Alright, game number 3. It is 1-1. This is exactly how it started with the last set, but we know that Joker pulled away. Hopefully this one will be a little bit more close.
Yeah, we might see both teams picking up a win here on Mayan Ruins this time. Maybe continuing that sort of trend later into the next maps.
Looks like Rain is going for a split strategy. They're going to be focusing on the C side with a little bit of tanks in the middle for B. Purple
Ranger
only sending Ranger over, but he's able to put a shot in before running away. So, I mean, hey,
get some good information as
if
well.
if the damage information, I mean, the damage lead means anything, then I guess Purple's already won the game, but something tells me that's not going to matter too much.
Well, it might not. Purple was able to get onto that A cap before, and they're double capping, so they're gonna have the cap lead. Argian's gonna be forced to make some sort of a play at some point in the game, but Purple also basically have control of that B area unless Argian is able to do some sort of strategy with the 60 TPs and Yo's setting up to basically do a counterplay against any sort of resetters from Purple if they decide to do a B play.
Yeah, I believe that Purple does have the advantage not only because of the fact that they have the cap lead, but I think that the A side is a little bit easier for defending B than the C side. And
Yeah, for sure.
Purple definitely has a good defense setup. I also like how they have Ranger sitting in the corner here. He's actually going to light Glory up. Glory might be a little bit confused as to what's happening, but he definitely needs to get out there before he gets spotted because he doesn't know that TJ's there.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty interesting position there. It's out in the open, but the Vickers view range is basically radar and able to get spots off on like tanks extremely far away, as you could see there.
Yeah.
But as you said earlier, it could be interesting that TJ just now got spotted there, taking Ranger by surprise.
Yeah, he puts one into Ranger Dragon, going to also put in. Sorry, Glory putting another in. My bad.
Oh,
And
but look at
already he's
this
on
Ranger
half his
can't
health.
back out because he's gonna die to the people sitting above B. Like, yeah,
Wow,
I was
he's
wondering, like,
first.
why isn't he getting out?
What a play. That was actually really smart from Rain to send that. Purple's going to try to do
Yeah,
a
but look
counter
at
push
this.
onto those IS-7s, but now it's time for Rain to make a move.
But
Here they come.
N13 can't get shot anymore. Only 707, but he's gonna be taking some hits there. Oh,
He goes
man.
down very quickly.
Whoa.
Not even an
A
ammo
lot of
rack, he was
damage
just
going
deleted.
And now Argine's coming in with the counter play here. And a
Yeah,
counter push. Look at that.
yeah, and
Glory's
looks-
still not dead.
Purple's kind of got a lineup of their own. They've got triple 60 TPs lined up. They do kill
Ooh,
Glory,
yeah.
and big shots in the Dragon
Krieg
Krieg
really
as
thought
well.
that, yeah.
Absolutely. And 13 will go down though. Rain up 2 tanks and about 4,000 hit points and counting. T and May being the next focused target, despite being behind 260 TPs, hit again and left on 6.
And I think that's interesting. Purple decided to shoot at Fadu instead of picking up Dragon Krieg. I'm not sure if maybe Dragon Krieg was taking cover behind the 60 TP, but they're not able to pick up the kills.
No, this was absolute slaughter from Rain, only going to lose 1 tank and potentially Fatness here, but no, Darktronic's going to go down way quicker than that, and that's a 6-0.
Yeah. A brutal game there. And I
Mhm.
thought, like you said there, Purple had a little bit of an advantage there. Like as you said, A tends to be a little bit easier to defend, but Rain just sneaking those 2 IS-7s in Ranger, not able to pull out soon enough, and getting caught out in the bad position forces Purple to make a counterplay
Yeah,
and just bleed a whole lot.
that trap from Rain was genius, I must say. Yeah, Ranger had absolutely nowhere to go. It was either die from the IS-7s or die from the Yo up top. It was really up to him. And I mean, I think he made the right call sitting as long as he did, just because the IS-7s have the longer reload. But it didn't buy Purple enough time. They tried to respond, and they had those triple 60 DPs lined up. But even they weren't enough to stop it. Rain already had too much of an advantage.
Yeah. By then, Rain was able to pick up basically 2 tanks. They picked up Ranger as well as 707, I think, as he crossed to assist in that brawl. But by then, like as you said, they had just lost too much HP, too many tanks.
Yeah, I really like the strat from Rain there. Definitely a very tactical push. and breaking down Purple's defense just one little insertion at a time. First bringing those 2 IS7s in, and then of course the second counter push, which would be, you know, their main force coming in to pick off the defenses that were going for those IS7s in the first place. Great stuff
Yeah,
there.
for sure. Rain setting up the anvil and then bringing in the hammer of the rest of the team.
I like that. I see a mouse here for the
Yeah.
first time tonight. Dragon Krieg from Team Rain. We do
Yeah.
see super heavies on this map. I would say a little bit more common than others. This and Dynasty Pearl are the two where I find mouse most often, so wouldn't say I'm super
Yeah,
surprised, but yeah.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting though. I haven't seen the mouse in a while, unless it is like as you said, then like Dynasty's Pro. Then you have like maybe 2 or 3 mice.
Mhm. Yeah, lots of 60 TPs in this game. 3 of them for Rain, 4 of them for Purple.
Yeah,
What a
definitely
lineup.
going to be a lot of them for purple. Now let's see here where they decide to take those 62 Ps.
Ah, we're gonna
I
need
think-
to see a heavy fight here on A.
Yeah, I was going to say that generally when you have a mouse being played on Dynasty's Pearl, or on Mine Ruins, it's going to be playing, over towards that A side. A mouse over on C, generally not going to be the best idea. And F13 pushing straight into that B area,
Yeah.
ooh, could be in trouble though.
Purple has brought 1 tank, Rain has brought 2, and of course TJ
Mhm.
is up there on that perch ready to help out.
Yeah, but that middle area is also going to be a center of attention here. As you can see, those 60 TPs getting shots into the other 60 TPs. Rain winning that trade out.
Purple missing both of
And-
their shots there.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, Mako, what just happened?
Mako
Oh, it
getting
looks like a
deleted in
double
the
60
middle.
TPs. Yeah, went for the assist on that B area, but it looks like they're going to be losing out on that mid brawl now. Ooh, but
Yeah.
Kami gets hit hard as well.
It's hard for me
But
to
he's
find
ducking down.
one particular place to look. There's pushes all over the battlefield right now, and 13 going down from the middle, but Purple fighting back, getting a kill on Rob here on this side, and here we see
Yeah.
Dragon Krieg playing as like kind of like a blocking of those 2 IS7s for a moment, buying Rain a little bit more time to pick up Darktronics.
The alpha just showing itself here. Those 60 TPs putting in huge, like, double, triple taps.
Mako
But
does
Rain
finally go
running away
down.
with HP and the kills, it looks like.
Yeah, we're gonna see another
Everybody on reload.
big shot into
Oh.
TMA. Even though he picks up the
Yep.
kill, not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3 on 4 now. I mean, just a lot of waiting for reloads, it looked like. Oh, interestingly enough, TJ is actually running the double shot on the Yo.
Yeah, not something
It
you
looks
see.
like, yeah, not a lot, but with the alpha of those 60 TPs, it seems like it's going to be a little bit more at home and trying to get the big doinkers out there.
The big doinkers. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Lots of alpha damage in this current meta,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I understand the need for the 2-shot.
Now, at the same time, I think it is viable for those, for the smaller gun as well, in terms of just like getting some sort of smaller alpha to pick up some kills, maybe, where you don't want to get like a wasted shot on like a 60 TP or something. But yeah, I mean, in that strategy, they were definitely going to be focusing on the B area and focusing in that middle between A and B. So that double shot Yo definitely going to be the play there.
Yeah, I think it might have been a slight mistake on Purple's part, only putting 1 tank in the middle, and 13 really didn't have any support, and even though he survived for a fair amount of time, I think that was a sort of a misplay. They kind of just let him go, and even though they tried counter pushing in the main area in between A and B, it really just wasn't enough. They weren't able to kill tanks quick enough to be able to recoup that loss.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it as much of a mistake, maybe. The strategy was probably going into that B area, but like
Sure.
as soon as you see those 2 IS7s going into that area, maybe then going in as well might be a mistake unless you are expecting the team to follow up with you, which may have been the case. I think those 60 TPs possibly were going to be trying to get some shots into those IS7s to assist in that brawl. But I mean, obviously, none of these fights happen in a vacuum, so they should have probably also seen that RGN was also going to have something in that middle area to make sure that didn't happen. So
Yeah, I guess I can agree with you. Maybe it wasn't so much a mistake as you know, when you run your strat and the enemy runs their strat, it's not always going to align how you want it to. So that's
yeah.
fair. All right, game number 5 here, and this time it is purple who is put into the 3-1 deficit.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see
Rain
an
looking
interesting tank
pretty
here in E5. Now this is a relic of last meta. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like meta past, because E5 just got completely destroyed by the nerfs that it got.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, we're seeing one now. So what do you think is going to happen with the E5?
Well, it looks like they're bringing him up to the seaside, which is not something that I expected. I mean, you know, of course, that tank's real strength is hauled down, and I figured that might have been used as an A strat, maybe overlooking the B reset, but that's actually not what we're
Well,
going to see.
If it is going up to the seaside, I think I know exactly what it's going to be doing. They're going to put it in a really, really annoying position to reset the C cap. Basically where TJF Blue is going, I think.
Interesting. Looks like he's actually going to stay put right now, try to get a shot into N13. He does so, takes a hit for it in return. Ooh. Big shot from Lob into Lightronics, who's trying to punish Fidu for that reset.
Mm-hmm. But they are able to fend off the C cap for now.
Now,
good shot there.
I do see that Unique from Team Purple seems to be a little bit too far away from the battle. Is Purple going to be able to respond to Rain here? I mean, the game does look like it's going a little bit slow, to be fair, but if a push does happen, will he be ready for it?
It's possible. I mean, Dragon is also a little bit removed from the fight as well. His raw fatness, though, is he been not going to be getting onto the A cap? I think they would have been able to get on A, but instead it looks like they're going to be going for information or maybe some shots in across. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he doesn't see anything in that corner, but Unique is right there. Not quite ready for it, though. Maybe Fatness is going to make a play into the A base soon after peeking the corner. There it is! Missing a shot.
I didn't expect to be spotted. But it looks like a play is going to be happening on the other side now.
Ranger going through the middle.
Yeah. I don't know if RGN will be able to get the shots in here. Ooh, it's going to be tough.
Looks
TJ overpoking there.
Purple spotted Kami all the way on the other side of the map, and they're deciding to do something about it.
Yeah, Glory's bleeding out heavily, and it looks like he's going to get picked up fairly easily. But he is doing a good job of staying alive, and N13 gets hit very hard there. For some reason, Purple doesn't commit there. I'm not sure why, but they left Glory alive.
Yeah, seems like Fidu has been relatively effective. He's put in a few shots here, both into N13 and one into Chicks just now. It is TJ who's taking most of the hits right now for Rain.
But again, the HP sharing, I mean, Glory's still alive, TJ's still alive, and it's not like they're one-shots either. But now Purple's going to be going in. Looks like Purple just taking it slow.
Hit points are dead even right now, but Rain needs to get everyone on board. As Glory does go down, Kami and Dragon Krieg, full health nearly. Ooh, big shot into Dartronics. Wow.
Just trading kills, but Purple now on the C cap, and I don't think anyone from Rain can reset that. Oh, actually, never mind. Fidu with the reset.
To be fair, I don't think this is going to be a battle on cap. The push is already occurring. Rob's going right into Lightronics. He's going for the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Unique might look like he's making a bad play there, but he's going to be keeping at least a lot, like a few of his healthier weaker tanks alive by using his HP. Lightronics goes down in the Yoda Rob. The Purple just not bringing in the damage here.
Purple's about to clip out TJ as long as Chicks pens the shot, which he does, but they lose 7 of 7 in the process. Big shots into Chicks.
But I mean, look at the HPs.
Yeah, Rain is just proving their dominance. They're not out yet. They may be the boomers, but they still got some fight left in them.
Ranger aiming that shot. Dragon Krieg was actually, I think, doing a good job of trying to block with his gun.
Yeah.
Because Ranger was loaded, but struggling to line up a shot there. Oh, big double tap there.
I know that's something you can do against the Yo, is the way that the Yo is modeled. You're actually able to sometimes shot block the Yo by putting your turret, or putting your gun into its turret, but I'm not aware of something like that happening for the 60 TP.
Well, I think it can happen with any tank where you can block with the gun, but it's a lot harder to do with some than others. Now,
Yeah,
60 TP does have a very thick gun, and like you said, the Yo's does as well, so it could be down to that.
yeah. But that's it for the set here. Rain's gonna take it 4-1 over purple, and
Yeah.
kind of like a repetition of history here. Pramo's clan family both losing 4-1, and they're gonna have to face each other in about half an hour here.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, who will? Because of course we all know that Pramo's the main clan, Purple's the feeder, but both of them have been equally strong so far. And will the feeder clan be able to pull the upset and take down their main clan?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, in my opinion as well, like, I don't think it's so much an upset, honestly. Purple has been on fire this season, and as you said, um, in the second leg of the top 8, where it was the round robin, they beat every other team. It was a clean sweep, 7 points for them. They
Absolutely.
beat Rain, Joker, and Pramo, so they have the most recent victory. And also, like, from what I'd seen before in the Ascents, Purple, I think, was consistently beating Pramo. So, I don't know. Obviously, the Ascents were quite a while ago in a different meta, but most recent victory is still in Purple's favor.
Yeah, you are correct here, actually. I'm looking at the professionals tournament. Of course, we've already stated that week 2, Purple won every single set. But week 1 I'm looking at here, Purple actually beat Pramo 4-1. The maps are Normandy, Port, Rockfield, and Oasis. And I don't have the maps up right on top of me what we're going to be playing tonight. But Purple does have the set advantage in recent history, winning the last 2 at least.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that Purple does beat Pramo very well.
Maybe it is time.
Yeah, so the maps will be Port, Bay, Black Goldville, Appenstadt, and Winter Melanovka. So
That's
I did hear
right.
some repeats from that one that you did say. So
Oh
who knows?
boy. Yeah, let
At
me
the
pull up
same
those
time-
stats. Oh, sorry?
No, I was just gonna say at the same time, Purple and Framo most likely gonna be screaming each other more than anyone else on the server. So who knows?
Ooh.
Maybe they have each other figured out. They're saving something or something. Who knows?
That's a very good point, one that I didn't think about. I know that a lot of these teams have been, of course, doing their scrimmages to get their stuff right, but yeah, there's no easier clan for Pramo to scrimmage than Purple. You know, their own feeder clan, they share the same Discord for the most part, and I'm assuming that they interchange players somewhat regularly, so I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, they're both like very familiar with each other, and so they must have to create some sort of new strategies for this set here. Stuff that we haven't seen before, or more specifically, stuff that the other team hasn't seen before, because that's what's more important here.
Yeah, or just like outplay them. Who knows? Like maybe they could start with like the same opening, but do like a weird rotation and try to catch them off guard. Who knows? We could see some really interesting things happen in this matchup more than any other.
The what I'm thinking right now is, you know, a lot of professional sports players, they gotta watch the films. Well, let's see if Pramo and Purple have been studying each other enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they're going to have to play each other. One of them is going to unfortunately eliminate the other from the entire tournament. But again, all 4 of these teams have fought extremely hard. Any of them are deserving to, you know, stay in these last three teams, and even to win it all, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, being from the same family, you'd hope, like, I guess, like, best case scenario is both of you guys make it, like, number 1 and number 2. But it's just not gonna happen this way, so...
That would have been
As you
an
said,
awesome
unfortunately.
finals, yeah, to see. Oh my goodness, Pramo versus Purple. That'd be a riot.
For sure. This one might be as well, though.
Yeah, well, someone's gonna have to go down, so if they're both
Yeah,
fighting for
fighting
their
for their
lives
life.
here, there's no excuse.
Yeah, definitely. Now more than ever.
What I think the viewers might be excited is which team's going to have to face reveal tomorrow and which one's going to be safe. I know all of my stream is mostly talking about me face revealing, of course, because if y'all aren't aware, I have face revealed finally for the first time this stream. So, I mean, hey, twitch.tv/34wappy, come check it out. You're not going to get rewards from the portal though, so you might want to watch both at the same time, but hey, That's all my chat's been talking about for like since the beginning, and I haven't been able to address a lot of it, but you know,
Yeah,
whatever y'all like
it's,
to watch, I guess.
it's always interesting to see like the faces behind these players. Like,
Very true.
who's controlling these tanks?
Does it match the
Um,
voice? Who knows?
Yeah, that too. I mean, the viewers don't really get to see the voice as much or listen to the voice as much, but yeah, definitely. They're interacting with them maybe on some discords and whatnot, and you're always like excited to see maybe some of these players as well look up to these in terms of like tanking, and it's like always cool to see.
Yeah.
So
And not only like as this, but a lot of these players have been in the community for several years and no one knows what they look
yeah.
like. Like for me, I've been playing since 2014, since the game came out. I would imagine that several of the players in all of these competitive teams have been playing since the game came out actively, and you know,
Mhm.
well, sometimes they may have face revealed to their friends and whatnot, and you know, those that are close to them. Not everyone knows, and so this is kind of a really cool way to, I guess, finally meet the players a little bit better. So even though it may be a little bit uncomfortable for some of the players, I think it was kind of a cool idea from Wargaming's part to include this as part of the final stream. At least I thought it was interesting.
Well, I think it's cool too. I mean, a lot of other esports are doing it. I think there's value in being able to see reactions for the players, um, like just seeing them when things are going well and when things are maybe not going as well as well. Like sometimes maybe you don't want to see people like being sad or under pressure or whatnot, but it's definitely interesting to see either way how these players deal with these sort of like pressures. So
Yeah.
It kind of goes both ways. I know that on the big streams, Wargaming prefers to just
Good game,
show
by the
like the
way, me, and
positive
thank you for
reactions
sending
and
it in.
everything, which I kind of get. At the
Mhm.
same time, I am glad that they're not like focusing on player by player face
Oh yeah.
reveal, because this community isn't always, let's say, nice.
Yeah.
That's true.
We have not yet learned kindness.
No.
We're still at the point of watching fire.
But yeah, the people. I think it's mainly good for the players to get their face reveals, because if you go to an offline,
Mhm.
you need to not be worried about the fact that you're going to be on camera and everything. You need to be able to play without thinking about that.
That's true. Um, we'll see if offlines do make a return, or if it's still gonna be like all online after this. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
It would
Maybe
be pretty
Wargaming does
cool.
get comfortable with onlines.
They're not. They're not really happy about it either. They want an offline because it's basically there's so much more hype involved
That is so
and
true.
everything.
Mhm.
So I think they will go back to that. It mainly means just what kind of form and what the world, so to speak, allows. Because that's the main issue here. Like currently, there's
Mhm.
different rules and everything for different countries, and that makes it difficult.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The logistics of this entire thing are just honestly not worth it to Wargaming, even though of course this is such a hype event and it would be, you know, a lot of fun to have this sort of thing, you know. Unfortunately the regulations haven't quite been lifted yet, so it's just not worth it to Wargaming at this point. And even though all the fans would
Yeah.
love to see it, there's not really a good way to justify it.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It would be pretty cool to see them organize something maybe a bit later on, though. Of course, I know that this is, what is it, fall season, right? Yeah. And that's when Twister normally is, but if they're able to delay Twister and just invite these teams a little bit later, would be rather interesting without having to hold another tournament. Just so we can see, of
Yeah.
course, who is the winner across all 4 servers. So far, Fishy and I have kind of been talking about, you know, what these different servers and metas are. And being able to pit them against each other in the same battle would be really interesting just to determine how they really stack up against each other.
I don't think we will see like different offlines. I think they will mainly just focus on next year and hope that things can happen then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I kind of get, because
Oh, yeah.
you can't really. It takes a lot of planning to do the offline thing and everything.
For
That's
sure.
also why there's generally at least a month between basically the online finals and the offline thing happening,
Oh,
which
yeah.
makes sense. But I think right now they wouldn't want to risk it, and I don't think they want to get out of the format that they've been using for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, surely.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, no, I fully agree with it. It would just be, a cool thing to see, but totally understanding why that's
Yeah,
not.
for sure.
Can always hope for next year.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of the matches, though, to get back to that,
Oops.
this
Yeah,
was
we've got
basically
time.
the first game was really just Rain trying to get into things, but after that they dominated really hard. It was
certainly
pretty
seems
much
so.
fantastic to see.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. At the beginning, it looked more even. Just the way both teams played. Maybe Purple even a bit better, but you just notice with every single coming game how Rain just dissected them more and more. And I mean,
Yeah.
we see it in the score. Of course, it doesn't quite depict it, and it's not that many matches in the grand scheme of things, but pretty goddamn well.
Yeah. Also, just want to give a special kudos to Ranger in the very first game that jumped on top of the last
Oh
Rain player and killed himself.
yeah.
I must have missed that on the camera, man. I'm bummed out. Gotta go back to the replay.
It was there. I
Yeah,
saw
I
it on
saw
your
it.
screen.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay.
Like, it was hilarious.
We're two who didn't see it, so that's fine.
Ah.
But overall, it's just basically like there were so many low HP targets pretty much every single match. But Rain, aside from the first match, Rain just kept them alive for longer. They were sharing hit points. They also used it to bait Purple. Like on, I think it was, the first match on Mayan Ruins. You basically had the IS-7s going through the spawn of Purple. And it took Purple quite a bit to react. By then, their Vickers had been taken out. And they turned back. And at that time, pretty much the rest of Rain was ready in the middle to farm them as they came
Yeah.
across. It was brilliant trap. Very good, very well played by Rain.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised why the Vickers didn't run, to be honest. I was like, huh.
You could have tried.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the thing is, there was no attempt to make such moves to get away from the spawn, which is, maybe he was fearing that he's gonna get sniped from the middle, but I think having two IS-7s right up your butt, that's the least of your concern.
I literally had in my
No, the
notes,
most of-
Ranger
yeah.
in spawn to spot, running before he gets hit, stays behind, gets wrecked after all.
Yeah. I do think it was interesting, like why he was there in the first place. I'm not sure what that position does, like in terms of just straight up positioning. Like I can't really think of an application.
I
Like
think that
where
they
is
wanted him to spot the middle.
First of all,
To
that,
see
that's
who was there.
possible.
Yeah.
and from that bush, because I've seen it in CIS, you know how in B, there's the walls where the people generally hide behind with an I-7 or just, some tank with a turret. I mean, that's most of them. But from that position where the Vickers was in, you can actually HE tanks that are sitting behind that wall.
Oh,
At least I've seen an I-7 do it, so I'm thinking that's a dual purpose there. Although I'm not sure if the Vickers is even tall enough to see that.
yeah.
But
I
I mean,
think it
if
might have
they're
been-
using it, it has to be.
Yeah, I do think, like as you said, being able to spot the like above B is fairly valuable. So
I think it's
That
also
must
kind
have
of
been
like miscommunication because the way that he was positioned, I think he was expecting his team to actually come back.
counter push
Because
course.
had they returned sooner, he wouldn't have gotten wrecked like that. But because he was pretty much like alone in that part, the IS-7s just could push way more forwards than they could otherwise.
Maybe they were just hoping that the IS-7s would kind of get scared off by getting spotted so early.
Yeah. And Rain was like, nope.
Yeah.
Rain was absolutely dominant that set. I feel like it easily could have been a 4-0 if not for just the unluckiness, I guess, of Rain strat not really aligning up with what they expected Purple to do. And of course, the medium tanks getting caught out super early in the open. But other than that, I think Rain was just, completely dominant in that set, which was honestly high hopes for, of course, being the challenger to Joker, because of course they're the team to beat right now. But the fact that Rain was so dominant against the solid Purple team that actually won the second round of professionals, that just shows that, they still have it after all.
Yeah.
Which was kind of interesting to see, because versus other top 16 teams, Rain has won every single match on Canal until today.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm
That's
curious.
a cool stat.
I'm curious what they were expecting to come
Maybe
out of
cold
having all
hands,
those
yeah.
mediums. Like,
Yeah, I'm
what
not
was the
sure.
purpose?
I mean, you
Well-
generally want it for rotational purposes. If you play that corner, you kind of hope the enemy team plays the other side, so you can flex around. You have a
Yeah.
lot more room to play with mobility, but I mean, Purple sent all their IS-7s there. There's no running from that.
Yeah.
But they
I-
did
there's maybe a few.
overextend.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
the mediums were a little bit overextended.
yeah,
They were a little bit hungry for the damage early on.
they didn't look like they
Yeah.
were in spots that would be used for rotational purposes, because I know that the Vickers Ranger got spotted quite early on, and despite that, the mediums didn't back off. They didn't use that information to rotate like you might have suggested. They actually went forward and were trying to get shots in, and that's when they spotted all the IS-7s and they realized that they were completely overextended there.
Yeah, in trouble.
I'm
I
surprised.
think more so what everybody's saying is like once you get the decap, and if the enemy does play the other side more, then you're able to wrap around a little bit more
Yeah.
so than if you obviously than if you didn't have mediums.
Yeah. Oh, I fully agree with that. It's just like the way that they were situated.
Yeah.
It didn't look like that was their intention, to me at least.
Just didn't happen that way, yeah.
No.
It's more like the Vickers was a massive bait. Like, look,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree with
lonely
that.
Vickers,
no.
but he's not actually alone.
Yeah. Oh,
Call
no,
the
I'm all
ambulance.
alone.
Call the ambulance, but
Yeah,
not
but
for
not
me.
for me.
Oh, I was just gonna say nice shot, Fishy, but I realized there's 5 minute delay.
Wait,
And
which
he
shot?
does you're miss on the 263.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
I mean, you
That
had
was a weird
multiple.
game.
You're able to focus while playing and talking at the same time? I'm impressed.
No. But I'm trying anyways.
I'm playing a few replays right now. Oh my
Well,
goodness,
I
I
mean,
don't think I'd be able...
yeah, I was just gonna say, I understand maybe just like sitting there and watching the garage maybe not be the best viewing experience. So
No.
Playing is
might as
very
well
difficult, like,
do
while you're
something.
commentating.
Yeah, if you don't have replays, you might as well. But, oh my goodness, it would be
Yeah.
challenging for me.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
thought I
chilling.
was smart. I was like, here, 34, have this replay.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, announcement. Here, look, there's an update.
Big
Painful.
brain.
The replay
Oh,
summary
I'm
is dead,
collecting
that's right.
replays for next week now.
That's
But
right.
yeah, at least
you-
I have a week to get replays. That definitely helps.
Mhm. Yeah, I think my viewers are taking the initiative because I haven't actually explicitly asked for replays, but they see the first one being played, and now other people are sending them in. So my
that's
viewers are
generally what I
homies.
do.
Yeah, they're hooking me up. I appreciate it.
Like, I sometimes, like, 2-3 days before, I'm like, I don't have any replays for this tournament. How about I just
no.
tag?
Yeah. I was able to
Add everyone.
showcase. Yeah, I could showcase 3 ace tankers I got yesterday, but I mean that only lasts 15 minutes.
No,
That's still 15 minutes of gameplay.
This is
It
the
is.
last time you need to bridge the time, though.
Heartbreaking.
true.
Like, tomorrow it's all up to wargaming. We get lots of stuff in between.
Oh yeah.
It's literally just for now.
Yeah. Not worried.
Some nice
at
Castilla. Woo.
all.
Yep. 7-minute game.
Unfortunate heartbreaker there. GG though, man.
A Castiglione classic.
First time I've heard it been said like that.
Costiller.
Tomorrow's stream will be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, having the whole wargaming
Yeah, more
stuff.
activities.
I wonder what the leak video is going to be. They've posted one for Asia and for RU. So I wonder if they're going to do the same
Oh,
thing.
leaks?
I'm not saying anything. I'm under NDA.
Mhm.
But I know.
Hopefully it's not more-
No. Okay,
Good
Immunet,
thing I
if you're
don't
gonna say
know
that,
anything.
if you're gonna say that, Immunet, I technically do know. I was just saying it to be energetic. I do know.
I know.
Yep.
No, they did a video to prepare a video for our channels,
Mhm.
which we can like release after it's been on stream.
Yeah, you get first dibs.
No, that's epic.
Mm-hmm. Do you already have something prepared?
Yeah. NDA privileges couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't go to rehearsal. At least not at the
Oh.
time that Immunet and I did.
Yeah.
That's not on us, that's on Tony.
Fair. Yeah, Tony did post a different time than what I was asked to show up, but
Yeah, and the tech guy told me a different time as well.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Always go by the time from the tech guy.
well, it was the tech guy's time
It was, yeah.
that I went by.
Oh,
It was 2 hours later than what they ended up doing.
interesting.
Yep. Must have changed their minds after or something.
It
Mm.
was pretty fun. I was sitting at work. I get this message and it's like, can you join the rehearsal? And I was like, but it's in 2 hours. I still have an hour of work to do.
Yep.
Game.
Oh, that's why basically with these kind of tour things and everything, I always basically assume that it's going to take a lot more time than what they're actually saying.
Yeah, but like 2 hours earlier. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Shame on you for
Yeah,
not
it's
showing
pretty
up 2
much-
hours early.
Yeah,
Yes,
my bad.
exactly. Like tomorrow, we need to be online. They want us at least 40 minutes, but preferably an hour before it starts. We need to be on.
Yeah, but like it's in the afternoon, so it's well for us at least. On a, it's much,
I was
e-
gonna
it's much
say,
easier
what
for us.
afternoon? Excuse me.
Oh boy.
What is this afternoon you speak of?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Yeah, I feel bad for you European folk. Sticking
Nice.
to my
Yeah,
own
living in
region.
EU.
The difference is that most of these tournament times are at humane times for us. Like Asia is at 1 p.m. Then you have RU that is at 6 or 7 p.m. And then you have EU at 8 p.m. It's literally only NA. For you guys, it will be slightly different.
Right?
But only slightly.
Only slightly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if us NA folk were asked to commentate an EU stream, that would just be like a mid-afternoon, nice, I guess, change of time, but it's not something that we can't accommodate, whereas y'all streaming at 3, 4 a.m., oh my.
Yeah.
I
it's
mean,
kind
that
of a big
it
move.
would be that if you were to do Asia, right?
Yeah, that would be a good 5 a.m. stream.
Ah, I
true.
love the messages. Oh, I can't watch the Asia stream because it's 3 in the morning for me. And then
It's
I'm
kind
like,
of funny. Because
yeah,
they
but
seem to assume that Wargaming is doing this just to be mean to them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They're like, oh yeah,
but
let me
should the
just reschedule."
players stream at 3 a.m. Play at 3 a.m. just for you?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, of
You know,
course.
some of them
like...
might not even be able to talk loudly because parents or
yeah.
siblings or whatever.
To be fair, though, it is entirely possible that there are players that are playing at like unreasonable times because for
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know,
the
not
Australians
every
are like-
every NA player might be like living in North America. There could be someone from I don't know, Australia. I know that one of my friends who used to play on the Asia team,
Oh,
he was
yeah.
Australian, and he had to get up at
Mhm.
weird times to play. He also played for NA sometimes, and really bad for him too. But that's just a product of where you live, and you just have to deal with that.
Well, I mean, if you decide to play
Also,
outside
look at
your
these
region,
credits.
I mean,
What the
that's just on you.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
That
exactly.
being said,
It is on you.
Asia has so many time zones.
Fair.
Like I know Mutsu, I believe he's in India somewhere, and basically tournament times start at midnight for him, like on his own server.
Jeez.
Yeah. Because I know that there was one team that was, I think, majority Korean, so at least they're all centralized. But I would imagine that yeah, there's a lot more diversity in what time zones everyone's in for
Yeah.
EU and Asia.
I mean,
Well,
EU
EU
is
is pretty
very
central.
easy.
We only have like
It's
2 or 3 time zones in EU.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Good point.
and then there's the UK, which has its own time zone of British time.
They need to be special. No, but like you have UK time, then you have all of Central Europe, and you have Eastern Europe. That's it, time zone wise.
Mhm.
So for us, it's and the times are done with basically Central European time. So everything on EU is at normal times for all of EU.
Isn't, tell me if I'm wrong, but isn't Spain and France also our time? Because you know,
France is, Spain is as well.
geographically,
Portugal is different.
yeah, because you know, if you're geographically, they should be the same as the UK, but they're not.
They're not. Spain isn't. Portugal is.
So then,
It's weird. It's pretty
Time
useless, not
zones.
gonna lie. And the only reason I know this is because I have a Portuguese clanmate, and sometimes he says something at X time, and I have to think really hard about which time he means, if he means my time or his time.
Yeah.
that's always the fun part when you communicate with someone on a different time zone. So we're gonna establish a normal time. Whose are we choosing?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that will be a lot easier for us over here than for NA or Asia or RU, because that's huge as well. Oh, my portal worked. I've got all the rewards now.
You've got them all already?
Yeah, 2 hours. Like today. Tomorrow you need to watch for longer.
I missed 10 minutes, so it looks like I'm missing some of it. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not done yet either, so you know.
Oh
you're
yeah, no,
fine.
there's plenty of time. But I was surprised because my bar only shows up as 75, so I'm guessing it just counts every half hour. Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's what it is.
Right.
And honestly,
What's
I
the
find
point?
it so funny because so far with all the official
Ooh,
streams,
also,
I
check
started
out the skin
and
I
then
put
the
on this
screen goes
tank.
black,
Look
but
at
the
this.
timer still goes, so I just let
Sponge,
it
you
be.
get to look extra clean.
Oh, you know, when I watched Asia, I had it that my portal flagging constantly. It like
Really?
it like loaded like at max 2 seconds, and then was, oh, let's buffer again. Oh, look,
Wait,
I have 2 minutes ready for you. Oh, how about we buffer for 15 afterwards?
Love
Doesn't that
that.
sound
Portal is
fantastic?
not working as intended.
But it counted. It still counted.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I watched at like 0.05 speed, you know, I still got my rewards in a normal, timely manner.
Fishy, how many views are you at right now?
I think it's 300.
30?
Solid.
Dropped down then, because when I checked earlier it was 302.
Yeah,
That's
when
pretty
there
good.
was games on, it was sitting around 300. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, but that's to do with the fact that the timers have now finished. Basically, as much as we are here for the tournament gameplay, most
The
people
people
watching are
are.
here for the rewards.
Yeah, don't
And the only tournament players who are watching are stalking the enemies.
mind.
Or are generally interested, but that is a small numerical number.
Yeah.
Numerical number.
But that's basically the
Shut
issue
up.
with all of this, with the whole competitive scene. Like, it's pretty much the most vocal part of the community, but it's also a very small part of the community. So wargaming doesn't tend to cater to tournament players, mainly because it's such a small percentage of the actual player base.
Yeah. It's
So
that
many
loud,
players
shitty
have
brother
no
in the
idea that
family.
this is going on, and they don't care.
True.
Which is sad, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But yeah, I don't really expect it to change.
I mean, now it's more of, alright, those who are interested are already watching anyway. And those who
Yeah.
aren't just will be there. Oh, look,
Mm-hmm.
I can get rewards again. And then it's like, oh, look how bad these rewards are. When they could have also just not had any.
Where are my
Yeah.
keys, Peter?
People complaining about free rewards is like one of my pet peeves.
Sorry, I lost my keys actually. I don't know where they are.
Lost your keys. Oh no.
Oh man.
They're generally
Are
on
you
my
gonna get in the
table, but
house?
Wargaming lost your keys too.
Wargaming
I
lost
lost
their
my
keys.
marbles, but that's something else.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
I was pulling 70 at the beginning, which is my record by far. Now I'm still got almost 50,
Nice.
which yeah, for Twitch is pretty good.
Nice.
Mhm.
by the way, I like your overlay.
Thank you. I worked pretty hard on it actually. I spent a long time perfecting it. I mean the main overlay, the general one, it's something that I ordered,
I
but
know.
the one that I have in
I mean, the
between
one for the
tournament games.
tournament,
Yeah, the training room one. I spent a long time perfecting that.
You know, there's you who does effort, and then there's someone like me or Fishy. We just have two logos in the corner, and that's as far as it goes.
Yep.
Although
even
you
do
still
that.
had something with the points, Fishy.
Oh yeah, I added that like
That
at the
looked
end
pretty
of the
neat.
season.
Didn't you say it was it Unique who made that for you?
In the end, it's just how far do you want to go,
Yeah.
and how much is it worth your time? Because I mean, if you enjoy it, sure, go for it.
True.
I, for
100%.
one,
Very true.
don't enjoy that process because I'm bad at graphics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, does this look good? Yeah, maybe it does look good. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, nah, it's shit.
Not everyone has an eye for that sort of thing, so I understand. I wouldn't say I
I
do
stopped.
particularly. Yeah, so good.
I used to like make all the effort with all the logos and everything for every match and everything. I've just stopped doing that. Like the only one that cares is me. So I've basically just gone for I'm gonna go just focus on the games, and for the rest, yeah, I can't say I don't make an effort, but I don't make an effort when it comes to showing stuff in OBS. I don't do the fancy overlays or everything. So it's got a standard, basically, picture where you see everything, like with my logo and everything. And
Nice
you see
game
the game
sponge. That
there,
was good.
and I
I mean,
have
the
a
AFK
loading
helps,
screen
but
when we wait
GG.
for the stream to start. That's it.
Fishy exposed. He hasn't done this viewing event. How dare he?
No what?
The viewing event?
Yeah, his with the stuff you get from the streams. He's only at level
Oh.
1. I just saw
Oh
that.
yeah. I can't bother.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Do you
The
have all
photo,
of the
I just
tanks,
watch them on
Fishy?
YouTube.
Also, I just got
Yo.
corrected. Tournament time on Asia server is midnight for Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad actually. Thank you to whoever provided
not
that info.
Mutsu. He's watching. He's always watching.
Mhm. Gotcha.
That man probably has an atomic clock in his room.
Mhm.
He's like, I gotta wake up at this, and this time as well.
And to be fair, that's what I used to do. Like the times that I wasn't streaming NA, like last year, I wasn't involved with NA for Blitz Cup, and I would just set my alarm to start the stream and to get the rewards, and then just go back to sleep. Because then I love the gameplay. I'm not gonna get up at 3 a.m. to just watch some games. It's different when I'm involved, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fishy, I'm gonna try playing a game. Let's see how it goes.
I'm botting right now.
Yeah, I have 6 minutes left before the room invite is up. Just fair warning.
Teams have been rough today.
Aren't they always?
Yesterday I was doing well, which was surprising considering I was playing ratings. In ratings, normally it's, for me at least, I struggle to win. and it's usually like a 50-50 win or lose, but I gain points by doing damage and losing less when I lose, you know? But yesterday I was winning, but today, nope.
You're not winning.
Nope.
I was winning, but now I'm not.
Yeah.
What kind of mod is that?
Which is like,
Oh, are you watching my stream?
I'm watching on 34 stream. There's a giant gun at the back of the 268.
Oh, that's just a
Yeah.
skin.
I imported
That's
some
not bad, is it?
skins from PC World
oh,
of
the
Tanks.
WAD PC one. Yeah.
Yeah, I only did it for 2 tanks. I did it for the 268 and a mouse, and thankfully one of my viewers sent in a 268 replay, so I get to show it off. And then Dragon Krieg played the one mouse game, so I was able to show them both off. They look really good. The only
You know what I
downside,
noticed?
the only downside is when they die, they don't like have like a dead animation. They just look the same.
They just disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, they look. Oh, I
They-
see. They look the same.
Yeah, they don't disappear at all. They just
That's
look like they're
wonderful.
alive. Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'd noticed because I had a True Voice mod back then, and then they changed the sound engine, but now I got it back, and I realized during my CIS stream, maybe I should have waited with installing. Because you could hear the crew voices. Every time the match started, I'm like, that's a little awkward. And I tried to turn on national crew voices, and then they just kept playing or putting me into American tanks, so that didn't help.
Yeah, was this on your stream with Fishy? Because I noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed the voices were different. Yeah, yeah.
voices. They're different.
Wow.
Huh?
I wasn't sure if it was a mod or if it was just like, if you don't play on national crew voices, this is what you get. So I couldn't tell.
Your stream
That
is only
shot.
glowing for me now. Maybe it's buffering.
Yeah,
Mine?
I just
Yeah.
refreshed.
Unfortunate.
My frames seem.
Now I've got an
Oh.
ad.
Ah,
Yeah.
I
Rainbow
can't control
Six
Twitch ads,
Siege.
unfortunately.
Yeah, Twitch ads.
You can, I think you can control the frequency somewhat and the length of it. That's what I heard. I have no idea.
I think you might need to be a
Control.
Twitch partner, which requires like
Might
you,
be
you, you need to
partner.
be very big. And I
Oh,
I am not.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
What a terrible
Are you not a tall boy?
No, you need to be like 75 average viewers for partner, and I get like 75 max on these big streams. It's
Hmm.
not. not
You'll
something-
get there.
Not for Blitz. Actually, there is one person
no, but that's
who
a whole
has.
other thing.
there is one person who has partner for Blitz on Twitch, and that is Papa Rage. If you know Papa Rage, he's a Twitch
Wait, he
partner.
moved to Twitch?
Oh yeah.
He
When
has
did he do
runs
that?
he runs both, but he used to be more active on Twitch than he is now. Doesn't stream so much anymore.
I knew him
Yeah, you went to
initially
Lucky Sea,
from his Papa Age. When he was smaller, and then he started doing Espanol,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, all right, do your thing. But I am not Espanol, so I guess I won't be watching anymore.
You get
And then I
a
saw
lot of
his numbers again. My God,
Yeah.
Espanol big.
Yeah.
He does very
yeah, but
well.
there's a
Really is.
huge Spanish-speaking community. Like you have, it's not just Spain. It's also
The Ram
South
kill.
America and Mexico and everything.
Yep.
So it's just there's a huge community for that. I'm actually really glad that Wargaming is allowing him to re-stream Fishy's stream because that wasn't in the planning originally. So I'm really glad that they did that.
Mm-hmm. How is that working exactly? He's watching that stream live.
And he's watching
And, like,
my
commentates
stream,
over
and
it?
then streaming his
Oh,
commentary over it. I
that's
guess.
cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Ufpin Zhao's doing that right now. I was looking for your YouTube Fishy so I could say something in chat, and I saw Ufpin Zhao was watching it. So looks like a bunch of people are
Oh.
doing it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm just surprised
Well,
because
I
there
don't know
are-
what Wolfenstein
there's 2
is.
RU commentators
have-
already.
Yeah, Power Blast and oh god, I can't think- my brain has stopped working. Brain access
Mifuri?
not found. Maffi, thank you.
Yeah.
They're spectating and streaming the RU part of this.
Right. Is anyone else hearing Amunet sound a little bit robotic, or is that my internet?
Just a little bit.
I
Okay.
heard that too.
Yeah, it
It's
was
okay.
slight, but it was noticeable, and I was worried because I don't want that to look like I don't want it to appear on my own stream. So yeah,
Yeah.
you sound good now though.
Thank you. No, but the room should be up like in half a minute for you guys.
Mhm.
Minute or so, there you go.
Wait.
Thereabouts.
What the hell is that one-digit ping 34?
I have
That
university
ping
internet. It's
one?
great. It
Oh,
is
yeah.
awesome. I get gigabit internet. It is crazy.
Nice.
And I
The-
get German internet.
I will say it gets really annoying sometimes because I've noticed that I can tend to get packet loss, and that really hurts. But the
Oh.
ping itself is awesome.
Package loss is the worst of all the things you could have.
Yeah, that doesn't go away unfortunately, but having single digit ping is pretty awesome.
That's a pretty big flex right there.
Yeah. University has hooked me up there.
Yeah, there was a time when I had like 10 to 20 ping average, and that was because they had recently moved the servers. But now it's not as good.
Man.
They moved the servers nearby.
I just heard my brothers wake up. God damn.
This
I
really
have to
wow.
leave. I have to leave for work in an hour.
Stream will
It's
be
just
over
enough
by
time
then.
to watch the matches, shovel some
Yeah.
food, get dressed, and leave.
Yeah.
Food would be a good idea.
Oh my goodness.
Food is
Fishy, I'm
good.
watching your stream and you're playing a 268 on Mayan. I just featured a replay of a 268 on Mayan. What is this?
Coincidence?
Hacked.
Whoa.
It is cursed. Wow, did you get rushed? Is that... Oh look, Mr. Strummer.
Yes. It's okay though.
It's okay. Have you learned to deal with it?
From basically spending 5, maybe like 5 years in a top clan, it happened every day when I played. So yeah, I got used to it.
gonna-
And sometimes it's just free damage. So
I'm gonna grab some water real quick.
Unless
I
you
did not
die.
get one out.
yeah,
One second.
unless you die.
For some reason I thought like, why is 34 playing it in the tier 10 game? Because I have both streams on. And there's Fishy in tier 10 and then there's a Scorpion G on the other.
Wait a minute.
For a moment I'm like, why? Stop fail tuning, man.
Failed to.
But it had no relation at all. Such an idiot. Ah. Someone got any eye drops? I'm burning up over here.
Eye drops. Nope. Not with me.
Alright, I'm back.
Have
Sorry about
water.
Hello, back.
that. Are you a dad now? Are you telling dad jokes?
I did a dad joke giveaway like recently. I'm into dad jokes. It's my kind of humor.
Didn't you do that in the past already?
I did puns before.
Oh, it was
Yeah, I
fun.
remember that.
Yeah. But recently I did like a good and proper dad joke one. It's fantastic. It's horrible and it's awesome.
It's horrible. But I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
What time do we have before the matches start?
About a minute 30,
30.
so it might be a good idea to
Yeah.
start looking at what we're gonna be seeing here.
Yes.
Might
We'll
be-
be muting again. We'll see you after.
Catch you
Alright.
soon.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Port Bay.
Lads.
Yep. Peace.
Oh yes.
Port Bay's a great map. I despise it for pubs, but competitive, I love it. It is.
Really?
I think it's interesting because, in pubs, I don't like it because there's one spawn that's a lot better than the
Yeah.
other for pubs
I'll agree.
in
Pubs
the
is-
C corner. But in
Mhm.
competitive, like it's actually valid to go on any side of the map because the town has better cap control. So-
That's true. There
Mhm.
there is some interesting plays you can make on it for sure. Like when there was when IS7s weren't meta, Pramo still ran like double IS7s to the corner and it was good.
Really?
So
Wow.
yeah.
Innovation right there. We're gonna see a
Yeah.
Kronvon actually. It's another relic of last
Oh,
season
Kron.
from Purple. They're gonna run a
Yeah, you're
mouse
right.
as well. Purple going for an interesting strat this time. Primo keeping it classic with the 60 TPs and the IS7s. Putting a Yo in there, but nothing super fancy from them. I'm curious to see if Purple's gonna go down then with this sort of strat.
Yeah, I think Purple might end up playing a little bit more of cap denial on all sides. And if they're able to take a cap, then they might get A, maybe C. But I think Primo's most likely going to be playing more C, so
Yeah, my thoughts were
see.
that I don't know where they could place the Kronvon in the city in a way that would be effective, but I also don't know where they
Right.
can place the mouse at C, so I guess we'll find
Well,
out.
the mouse, I think, yeah, again, I think the mouse probably going to be up somewhat aggressive in that B area just to get the spots off and resets. But I think with the Vickers and the Kran, I think they're going to do that like kind of boost area in the corner with the Kranvan, resetting with the Vickers
Ooh.
spotting up on the closer ridge up on C.
That would be bold.
But
Now you
who
got me
who knows?
interested.
Yeah, because that's what I've seen a lot of times happen from this spawn specifically. But who knows?
Yeah, that's a good point. This is one of the maps where the boosts
Yeah.
are slightly more common. Rangers.
Yeah, if you look on at where the Kran is going, it's exactly what's happening.
Wow. Okay. It's weird to put a
But
Kron
yeah.
on there, but I guess I can see it.
Yeah, it actually gets shots on like the C area if they try resetting. Like,
I was going for the
they're-
blondes.
yeah, I think it's weird though that they'd go with such like such a recognizable strategy when they're playing against a team that they most likely scrim every day. So, or maybe not every day, but pretty often. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm sure they got the nice up their sleeve for this set. Obviously, they don't want to reveal all of their cards when they're doing these scrims, because
Oh yeah,
I'm sure both
hope
teams
you
are
don't.
fully aware that there's a good chance that they're able to play against each other in one of these matches. So there's no doubt
Yeah.
that I don't think either team would know what the other strat would be, but they could be somewhat familiar with like the general habits of these teams.
Yeah, and it seems like both of these teams are playing it very, very safe and passive. And just now, Pramo looks like they're going to be making a move towards C.
Yeah, I do enjoy watching these long drawn-out games because, I don't know, for me, I'm more of a passive player in general, so being able to see all these tactics used is interesting to me. Tommy's gonna get a shot into Ranger. Boom.
Yeah, 660
Yeah,
damage.
I'm sure that felt like the devil to Ranger. He's taking another one. Oh boy.
Yeah,
And
Ranger
Tommy's
bleeding
in the
quite
cap.
heavily there.
Can TMA hit him? Yes, he can.
Yep, yeah, the Kran. It's a weird position, but it works for what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
And
And
he's getting another insane blind shot.
in the
Like,
meantime,
he
Purple's
hasn't been
getting A
spotted for
and
how
B.
long?
Yeah. I think Tommy's making the right call moving away from the spot that TMA was blind firing.
Oh.
Ooh, Primo gets a reset
Oh.
on B. Big shot
What?
into electronics.
Yeah, even Steven got double tapped by the 60 TPs in the spawn area.
Ooh.
Uncle Chickson in 13, putting them down to 737 HP. And Purple do have the cap as well.
Yeah, the cap is only decided by 5 points right now, but that is enough to give Purple the win if it does come down to it. Of
Mhm.
course, anything can happen
Mhm.
between now and then. Tommy,
Yeah, there's still a lot of time left.
another shot into
Ooh,
electronics.
Yeah,
Mouse is already on less than
bleeding
half
a
his
lot.
health. He's not going to be able to play the role that probably Purple wanted him to play, being a super heavy in the town. Now he's going to have to
Mhm.
play passive. Tommy might put another in. He does.
Ooh. Yeah, and he doesn't have anywhere to go either. Like, you can just chill at that building now, but really can't bleed anymore. He's a one-shot, actually, for the 60 TPs.
No.
Unless they massively low roll.
And Pramo knows where Purple is. 707 spotted, TMA spotted. Pramo's got a pretty good idea of what's going on, but are they sending enough support over to the C area? Because Purple's sending
Not sure why
6 tanks
707
over.
is going so aggressive.
Oh!
Oh my.
Oh! And that's the game changer right there. Purple may be able to
Well,
pick off Racismo still, but oh my goodness, they lost a tank.
That was
Just
such
like that.
weird timing either way, though. Like Purple sent the
Oh.
IS-7 in way earlier than the 60 TPs. And he got
my.
ammo racked, so like...
Jeez. No, Racismo is about to go down. Pramo does
Yep,
push through
Lightronics picked
Lightronics.
up.
He's getting picked off. Unique is all the way on the other side of the map. I don't know what his role is exactly here. Racisma going
Ooh,
down.
Unique. Oh yeah, jeez. Yeah, that's. I don't know what that play was.
Unique should be
Sweeping the
hunting down
spawn, maybe,
Steven,
looking
I
for even
feel
Steven,
like.
yeah.
Yeah, he's not looking though. He's focused on Tanner. Misses the shot.
Oh, Chip gets tapped there. TMA goes down. It looks like. Yeah, Pramo most likely going to be winning this game. They've
Yeah.
got
Oh, easily.
two-gun advantage.
Purple is
and
surrounded.
HPs.
Pramo's got, you know, they've got the corner. They've got Cora, Sierra, Tommy all surrounding N13 and Chicks here. Chipotle as
Yep.
well preventing that sort of outage. And yeah, he goes
Yeah.
down
And N13 is going
N13.
to be next.
Yes, sir.
Unique, basically full HP, but I mean it's 2 tanks against 6.
Yeah.
And not going to be winning math for them.
No, that was such a huge ammo rack. That just completely changed the game because Purple did have the
Yeah.
advantage, and they had a lot of tanks that were heading into the push, and they definitely would have taken out. I forget who the Primo player was, but they would have taken. Yeah, Racismo. They would have taken out so much faster, and having that extra tank, huge. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
The ammo rack. That's
Yeah.
Then it was a full health ammo rack.
Yeah, Tommy getting
Right on the push.
5.8k just because of that. What the? Oh
Yeah.
man. You expected
And
to
on the
see
other
the
side of
60
the
TP
spectrum, Zero.
racks. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, and on the other side of the spectrum, the guy that got racked got 0 damage, so
Yeah, that's
could have
pain.
been doing some damage if he wasn't dead.
Yeah, that's a 6-on-7 that Purple had to fight, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
it was big, and they had the cap advantage up until that.
Mhm.
It was an interesting decision either way to push as well, but
Right.
who knows? A lot of these teams trying to get the advantage as much as they can. They bled a lot of HP, so it's understandable that they wanted to retake C control.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I just find it very funny now that Pramo, after full health racking 707, is running 4 IS-7s in their strategy here. I'm sure maybe they're a little bit
Yeah.
nervous that Purple's going to fire back with a rack of their own.
who knows? It could be possible. They have 4 tanks that are primed for racking. It looks like.
Yeah, the 60 TP's gun, that is not something that you want to find yourself on the opposite end of.
Definitely not. And multiple of them, it's gonna be one heck of a salvo.
Yeah, but Purple is keeping the mouse, which makes me wonder if they're going to try to go for B again. Pramo already has proved that they know what to do in the case of a B cap. They got really good resets on Lightronics, taking him down to a third of his hit points before pushing on him. Is Purple going to try the same thing?
It's very possible, but I don't think they would try the exact same play again this time. I think also the 60 TPs are a little bit better when they're hold down. They've got 3 of them this time as well, so maybe they will be playing for the C side this time. Maybe an aggressive play, who knows? But yeah, I mean, if they decide to do that, I think Pramo might have a little bit of an advantage if they are able to get those IS-7s into aggressive positions.
Yeah.
As you know, the other spawn is a little bit of the better side to play C from.
The other spawn, are you referring to Pramos or to Purples?
Pramo spawn, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. It is a little bit unbalanced here. I think it's mostly just the fact that there's an extra hill that Purple has to go over that makes things a little bit challenging, whereas Pramo can take a more low approach. But it looks like Pramo's actually going to be taking those IS-7 speedy into A area.
Yeah,
Not something-
Purple's taking the 60 TPs basically as tank destroyers.
Not something I
Yeah, 13
expected.
and PMA.
To be fair though, that is what Pramo did last game. That's exactly where they sent Cora and his 60 TP, as he went right to that same spot that you see them in right now.
Yeah, and I mean, Purple has the 2 tanks. The IS-7's fairly far up in the A bowl here. This is something I've seen way back in the day. You put IS-7s down there, and they would be very difficult to push on just because they're hold down over there. Even if you have stuff set up in the far back, it's basically not possible to get really good shots on them. You'd have to push them out. And they get resets on A, which might be more of the important part.
We finally got some interaction about a minute into the game. Ranger does spot Steven, who spots Ranger in return.
Yeah.
So finally something
Purple's
is
not
actually
gonna be-
going down. The first minute seemed just to be feeling each other team out. But Premo's going to have the cap advantage, and Purple, it doesn't really look like they're situated to take any base anytime soon, instead opting to go for a counter-rotation to the C area in hopes that Premo isn't quite ready for it.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Purple didn't really set up basically at all for C. They just got spotting on even Steven as we went in, but there's really nothing they could do either way.
Yeah.
And now Lightronics is going into B with absolutely no support.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a little bit of a bait, it looks like. Lightronics going into B, but now Steven has spotted plenty of Purple's tanks. They know exactly what's coming. Is Premo going to be able to rotate? Racismo's on the other side of the map entirely. Is Purple ready for it? Or, I mean, is Premo ready for it? Chipotle is going to be focused instantly here. It looks like Purple wants to take the corner.
If they're able to win that corner, they could be in a very good position here. They're going to be taking back the C cap, and they're going to be taking control of the corner, so Primo won't be able to get back into that area.
Purple's
assuming
going
that they don't lose a lot of HP.
Yeah, Purple's going full aggressor right now. Even though Lightronics is going down, Purple's sending 3 tanks at Steven, 3 tanks at 3 tanks at Tommy, but Ranger going down instead, as well as Lightronics. That's not what Purple expected at all.
Yeah, it's not looking like a very good push here from Purple. Chipotle is able to get out alive. Even Steven is low on HP, but just like damage not really coming in as much as they'd hope. So although they do get 2 pickups here, and they lost control of C though. They like Unique and 707 had to pull down for Chip, and now Tommy has control of that C corner now.
Sorry about that. I was having a stream issue. We're good now. But yeah, the hit point differential was looking all right for Purple until just about now. It is a 5-on-5, but now Pramro's ahead about 1,500, 2,000 hit points. Oh, it's going up even more, 4,000 now. Big shots into TMA.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy in the position where he was pretty safe, although he's bled a lot there. He can afford to play it a little bit passively, but he has bled a lot. Prime will just have really good crossfire angles. Purple really can't push on any of these tanks without bleeding a lot of HP for it.
Yeah, Pramo just showing domination for this one. I think Purple made a few mistakes in trying to push that corner while not being prepared for taking shots in the side, and I don't think that the bait particularly worked either here.
The bait just wasn't really good timing at all. Like, those 62Ps got shots off, as you said, into that crossing there. But if that bait, like you said, the mouse had gone into that B area a little bit later, basically before the push got spotted, the 60 TPs would have shot that mouse and have been on reload. It would have been a much better push then. They wouldn't have bled as much HP. But that's just not what happened. And unfortunately, they lost a lot of HP in that push. They weren't able to take control of the corner either, and they end up losing the game.
Yeah. That didn't turn out how Purple wanted at all. I really liked what they were doing with that counter rotation. They sent all of their tanks in, and it seemed like Prima wasn't fully ready to respond, but they did so. Ranger taking tons of hits crossing that river. I don't really know why they sent the Vickers to the corner of all tanks, because that cannot cross very safely with how tall it is.
Well, it was probably to help out with the push, but it just got singled out so easily, and that's gonna happen. If you have a Vickers in a brawl there, especially in that corner, you don't have really any advantage there. Like, you can't use your mobility to get around tanks, or else you get shot from across, on the C area. And your gun just really isn't going to be all that useful then if you're looking at the front of a heavy tank. So yeah, I do agree. The Vickers just wasn't the play, sending it into the corner there.
No. Bramwell up 2-0, winning both games on Port Bayer. Second map's going to be Black Goldville. And looks like we're going to be seeing a Vickers on both teams again. And Purple's going to run another... Is that another Kron? Yeah, it is. Kron, Yo.
Yeah.
None of the fancy stuff from Pramo there. They're keeping it classy with their 60 TPs and their IS-7s.
And I think most likely the Kran is going to be taking a reset position, as we saw earlier. Krans can be very annoying if they're sitting in positions to reset the B area.
Yeah.
Although I don't think you can reset the whole cap from one single position.
No, I
Unless you
mean,
push it up.
I
Yeah.
I do think that this is a really good hold down map because there are a lot of places you can put like a crown fawn. Of course, if you go towards the medium side, the caves, it would do a good job being held down there. But also if you go city side and you're trying to overlook B, that's a very good tank for overlooking B as well, as you said.
But we'll see if Purple's able to bring the score back on Black Goldville. Going in 2-0 down. They really need to get some games here, or else they're going to be in hot water going into the rest of the series.
Absolutely. Sorry, I was having to deal with some stuff. The first half of game 2, my scene was messed up, and so the games
no.
don't show very well. So unfortunately, my stream is a little bit corrupted just for that first part of game 2, but we're good now. I apologize for being silent for the end of that game.
Oh no, it's good. Yeah, I was leaving some space for you to talk, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
talking.
I apologize. I didn't want to interrupt you by saying that because it was a good game, but yeah, that meant I had to go silent. But
no, that's good.
tomorrow I won't
Watching
have to
this
worry
going
about
now.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. The C is being taken by Purple. Primo hasn't gone on to the A cap until just now, so Purple will be in the cap advantage, I think, for the first time. Oh, no.
No, they were cap
They had the cap
advantage this
advantage,
last
yeah.
game, but they just pushed through and weren't able to do anything with that full health ammo rack.
Yeah, the first game. So we'll see if Purple's able to make advantage of their cap advantage this time. Or take advantage. Ooh.
Yeah.
Tommy and Unique spotting each other up. Even Steven in the mid spotted as well.
Yeah, Tyner's making a very aggressive push here in the Vickers. He's going to light up Darktronics, puts one into Ranger. I'm surprised he didn't get spotted here because he could have been punished for it, potentially.
It's possible. Ranger getting spotted is pretty big. And somehow Ranger got spotted, but but Tanner did not, even when he fired. So it must have been one of the I-7s that were up close. It looks like they're going to be making an aggressive play here on Darktronics.
Yeah, will Purple be able to respond? They do have a lot of tanks in this edge of the map that are ready to look back and turn around. Primo's only sending 3 tanks to commit here, but they are getting the shots on Ranger.
Yeah,
They're all
he
remaining.
got caught in a bad position there.
Big shots into 707.
Ooh,
That's why they have
707.
all of those tanks in the middle there. Even Steven and Deej both putting huge ones into him. And now he's on half health. He's going to be the focus target.
Yeah, Primo just have the positions here. It looks like
Wow.
Purple is pushing into a bunch of those Primo tanks, but
Yeah.
they're bleeding so much for it. Like Tronics is down low, 707 is down, and it's basically going to be an even push here. Unique was in the B area trying to get the caps. It doesn't look like they're going to be winning this brawl. Oh, Corridor goes down.
Yeah, but not before putting a big tungsten shell into Darktronics along with Sierra. That's a 1400 double tap. And as I said earlier, those 60 TPs, you just take 2 of them, you can delete a heavy tank just like that.
Jeez.
The
There's tanks
foreshadowing.
dropping like flies for Purple. It's
Absolutely.
not looking very good.
Not at all. And 13 going to be the next target, and surrounded by 3 Primo tanks, he's not going anywhere. He's out. Ooh.
And 13 down to a 1-shot for even Steven to pick up the kill now. And it's a 2 versus 5.
Tommy's just chilling on the other side of the map. He don't care. He's just kind of vibing. But he's not even needed, to be honest. Just this 2-on-3 with the heavy tanks is enough for Primo to win it. They're going to send 2 of them at Unique.
Yeah, just not a whole lot you can do after that. Primo just made a really aggressive play. Didn't get spotted at all for it either. Purple certainly didn't come in with the damage as they pushed across. And that's going to spell doom for them in game 3.
Yeah, I think the operative moment there was the fact that they only sent 3 tanks in, which would initially seem a little bit weird, because if you're going for such an aggressive play, you know, you got to send more tanks than that, or else you're just going to have issues with, like, you know, sustaining the push. But what they did was similar to what Rain did against Purple on my end, where they sent in the few tanks. Then when Purple went in for the counter push, they just got shot in the side and deleted, as we saw 707 take 1600 in the side instantly. So
Yeah,
that seems to be Purple's weakness, is knowing how to rotate and get that counter push.
Certainly seems like it. Purple has been caught out in basically in their pushes every single time. They haven't had a successful push so far yet. Pramo just picking them apart as they cross over to get some damage in.
Mm-hmm. Excellent game though. Primo up 3-0 now. Purple's on their last tournament life. They need to
Yeah.
complete the complete reverse sweep here, else they're going to be sent home with, I believe, what is it, $3,000 for the team?
Yeah, for the whole team. So yeah, Purple, as you said, on the last leg,
Yeah.
need to win 4 games back to back if they want to win.
And they're going to bank this one on a Yo triple 60 TP double IS7 and keeping the Vickers. Bramo keeping their Vickers as well. They're just going to substitute an IS7 for an extra 60 TP and otherwise keep it the same. Quad 60s, which is pretty much what we expect to see on a map like this, where again, hull down is very strong, and the 60 TP, of course, being the current meta tank. No surprises here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen the Alpha do all sorts of damage to any tank that is unfortunate enough to get into the focus fire for those tanks. So definitely going to be hurting if you get caught out in its path.
I got it this time. I got it this time.
See if Purple is able to turn out at least 1 win here.
Yeah. Nearly identical lineups here, except for a Yo versus a 60 TP. Let's see what difference that makes in the opening positions that Primo and Purple take. Looks like Purple's going to go back to the city for the most part.
And we'll see if they're able to make a proper rotation this time. Ranger looks like he might be getting into the B cap early. Nope. Just going for a spotting run in the Vickers of Light.
I guess maybe that route was a little bit optimal as compared to going up through the left side. Makes sense. He is going to light core going to the seaside though, so there is going to be a little bit of fighting going on over there.
Core is spotted already, as you said. 707 spotted as well, but he's getting onto the C cap very safely.
Yeah, Primo seems to be falling back from the area. They realize that they probably aren't able to win that area. Tanner is going to be rotating back to capture A, but Purple's going to have the cap lead once again, as they tend to have. Primo just being able to pick that apart, though, despite the cap lead. In the early game, it doesn't really translate too much into the end game unless they let the time completely tick, which last game Primo was aggressive enough to not let that happen, which turned out in their favor quite nicely.
For sure. I mean, yeah, Purple just haven't been able to hold on to that cap lead as much as they'd hoped. And more importantly, probably, they haven't been holding on to their HP as much as they should. They get bled out really hard by Pramo.
Yeah.
Especially in their pushes. Though Purple doing a little bit better this game of holding on to their HP and bleeding out Pramo, so could be the start of a win here.
Yeah, Chick's winning his trade with even Steven, who missed his shot, but of course that's just the opening game. Anything can happen between now and then. Steven does have a little bit of tension here with Lightronics. They're so close to each other, but yet not able to shoot each other just because of that giant rock in the way. But that is tension that could break soon here.
Yeah, I mean, if Steven wanted to, he could drop down, and he'd be safe from a lot of those purple guns. It'd be a 1 versus 1 against Lightronics. I'm not sure if the i7 would win that if Lightronics does punish shots, but yeah, I mean that is an option for sure.
He does have Tommy support him if necessary, but then again, Lightronics has Ranger and the Vickers, who's in the typical bush spot, and I actually noticed that Tommy's been blind firing in this general area, so I'm surprised Ranger hasn't been hit yet.
I mean, you would think if you're going to be blind firing, you'd shoot directly at the bushes, but I don't know, maybe Purple does this often and sits them outside of the bush. I mean, an IS-7 will never spot a Vickers, basically.
Some reverse psychology going on.
Even if it is out. Yeah.
Yeah, very slow game so far. Hit points are essentially even within like 50 of each other. But
Pramo's going to be making a move for B with Chip getting into that.
And this will be interesting. Lightronics is already there, ready to reset. So is Darktronics in the 60 TP. Chip's going to take a big one. Deej's ready to support though.
Bleed for this. And
13 is going to take hits.
Oh my. And 13 just took so much damage.
My goodness. And Chip, he's driving right around Lightronics. He took the clip, but now he's just pulling Lightronics away. But Pramo definitely winning that. Ooh, big HE as well. Chip, great shot there.
Yeah, it looks like Pramo running away with HP for the time being. Lightronics is in a big crossfire.
Yeah, he's
And
just caught
Tommy
out.
looks like he's gonna pick up the kill. Yeah.
Yeah, Pramo's going to be pushing around. Ooh, well, Chipotle does go down. Pramo's pushing around to get 707 here, the 60 TP and Tanner and the Vickers. Is Purple going towards
But it
B
looks
now?
like
No.
Purple might be able to clutch this game up on cap if they pick up the kills and don't lose N13.
Yeah,
But
they just need to kill
yeah,
Tommy
Tanner and
here.
Cora are gonna be going for him.
Deej puts a big shot into Rangers while Ranger was looking really healthy until just now. But they pick up Tommy. Purple is rather centralized here. They just need to keep N13 alive. But Tanner, of course, in the Vickers getting into C. I don't think Purple can win on caps anymore.
No, unless Ranger goes for A, and it looks like he is going to be doing so. Nothing from Pramo will be able to do anything about that.
He does
Ranger's not going for A.
He does get a useful shot into Sierra first at least. But now he definitely needs to go for the base because I don't think Purple's going to be able to... Actually, no. The hit points are a lot closer than one might think.
It's going to be close.
Purple has the extra tank. It is a 4-on-3. Darktronics is 2v1. This is very true, so Purple might need to push their take advantage on Deej while they can. Unique's going to try to pop a shot in. Can he avoid one from Unique? No. Unique actually missing the shot. That's going to be big. Pramo staying alive with the 60 TP, similar to what we saw in Rain. Just, sorry,
it's over. It looks like
Deej just not able to survive.
No. Well, he is able to survive.
Sorry, Purple not able to get the kill. My bad.
No, yeah. That's unfortunate for the final game there.
No, Purple had
just
that.
Not able to show up.
The opening wasn't the best for them. They brought it back within 1,000 hit points, but yeah, missing the kill on Deej. I did misspeak there. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, unfortunate because they totally had that one. They had the momentum of coming back. They just weren't able to follow through.
Yeah, I mean, they were bleeding well in the early game, but then Pramo just got an absolutely giant salvo on N13 as they went for the reset on B. And I think Purple kind of overreacted there, honestly. The chip on his own could have been reset by the single Yo there, like pretty much indefinitely. I think the Yo has a reload for it. But even still, even if he doesn't, that 1v1 most likely going to be going for, or yeah, in the Yo's favor just because of the clip. But then the play would have been, for me, in my opinion, for Purple to be just ready to get shots on anything trying to help Chip out. But it looked like they, again, overreacted and got hit really hard for it.
Yeah, I think it's a really tricky situation because they already had their Yo that was a little bit isolated, and Pramo was able to take out the Yo pretty easily, and that's difficult because, of course, they took out the Yo despite the fact that they were already bleeding out those 60 TPs. The fact that they were able to do that and kill the Yo at the same time means that maybe those 60 TPs could have been better placed behind the Yo or in a way that would support him without having to, get those shots in the middle. Because, I mean, he was going to go down whether or not they put those tanks in the middle, so they could have definitely been better placed to help combat the fact that, the Yo was right in the open and he was the only defense for B that was actually useful.
Yeah, but at the same time, like having played Black Goldville a lot in my day and watching a lot of these games, it's something that's very common. Like, I feel like that middle area between B and A is a little bit more forgiving to play than the actual town area. The town area, you have to kind of like jump between silos, and it's a little bit more open. You can't use cover and hold down just as much as that area, so it seems like it's just not as much of an optimal area to be in.
Yeah, so, especially playing to the strengths of the 60 DP. Of course, the thing has a nearly invincible turret, so getting those tanks in hold down positions rather than sitting in between those two silos definitely would have been a better play for Purple there. And they definitely paid for it, as they are unfortunately eliminated in 4th place for the Blitz Cup. That doesn't mean that they played poorly or anything. Of course, they fought super hard to be here, but now out of the tournament with a $3,000 prize, can't really complain about it, but left a little bit to be desired there.
Yeah, I think they probably hope to do a little bit better as well. But at the end of the day, like you said, they put up a big fight. And I was very impressed with their performance up to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact that they were able to win all 7 sets in the professionals tournament, that really just speaks that,
Yeah.
when they are at their A game, they can really win against whoever they're able to, whoever they want to.
For
But
sure. Yeah.
unfortunately, they only took one game today, and that was the very first game against Rain, where Rain definitely overextended and made a mistake. And other than that one game, they got 4-0'd by both teams, which definitely, I wonder if the morale from Rain's set played into their set against Purple, or against Premo.
It's
I feel like that was definitely a big part of it.
possible.
They didn't have
Yeah.
any time to prepare in between. They probably had, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour to compose themselves, but that's not often enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, even if you're scrimming there, you're not getting like full games, and at most you're just gonna be like practicing small scale things like small brawls or something. But
Yeah.
at that point, it just really comes down to what you'd prepared beforehand.
Yeah, and I'm sure that every team has worked tirelessly to get to this first day, but in the end, Joker and Rain, of course, proving their dominance again, and excited to see their set tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow everything comes down. We're gonna know who's gonna be first, second, and third, and geez, it's gonna be a ride, I think.
Absolutely, because any of these teams are solid. And of course, we
Mhm.
know that Joker winning 4-1 against Primo, pretty convincing victory, I must say. But I mean, so did Rain against Purple, so it's really hard to compare those sets and see if Joker can really dominate Rain like they have so far, or if Rain is actually pulling things back, getting those fancy strats that they're known for, and pulling those victories against Joker, which is just honestly, I think, the most mechanically solid team that we're seeing in this top 4.
Most likely, yeah. I think Joker's very flexible in their strategies. Like they're able to play brawly, they're able to play aggressive, and as we saw earlier, they're also able to play passive, and they're pretty decent at receiving pushes as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll just have to see.
Their adaptability is their main strength from Joker. That's
Mhm.
one of the things. Like I said earlier when we started this stream, that is why I'm rooting for Jokers, because of their out of the box stuff. This matchup, though, I'm not sure if it's just nerves of playing against a clan that against a team that you've trained a lot against. But Purple mainly just like rushed in, and the rushes weren't coordinated enough,
Mhm.
and they just got, well, sorry to say, they got wrecked, pretty
Yeah.
much. They lost so much HP just crossing over parts to the rush, but then not commit to that actual rush. It was a bit
Yeah,
strange to watch.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I agree with that, especially since, like you said, the pushes weren't fully committed to. They either were split up midway or focus fire was lacking. Like target priority wasn't kept at all.
Hmm.
Yeah, and of course, my stream didn't capture it very well, but the full health ammo rack in Game 2 of Port Bay, that was just a complete game changer,
There
because
was
up
one.
to that point, they had a crazy good push on Primo, who only had 3 tanks in the area. They had 5, but that ammo rack was just, it just completely started, like, it stopped them dead in their tracks. All the momentum
Mhm.
gone.
Wait, I totally missed that.
Yeah, 707 got full health ammo wrecked in his IS-7 pushing. Was it game 1 or 2? I know it was one of the games. I could be wrong.
It was game 1, yeah.
It was game 1. Okay, I was thinking game 2. My bad. Okay.
And of course, that's not going to be good for morale. But
Mm-mm.
for
Mhm.
me, it feels more this matchup was lost by Purple rather than won by Premo. If you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's. I did not really expect this for a top 4 team, because you said that they were like so strong before today, basically, and I feel that they performed better against Rain than they did against Pramo here.
Yeah, I agree. It was almost night and day, the difference, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, an unfortunate way to end it, but that is
Someone
Purple's
has to
tournament
get
life.
knocked out at some point.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I guess this is Primo demonstrating that, There's the reason they're the main clan. Purple's the feeder. I don't know. Who knows?
Oh my, toxic.
No, no toxic. No hate involved. It's just
34
know.
toxic.
man. You got me.
No, but yeah, I thought like specifically with the pushes, as you guys were saying, there were just some weird decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mentioned it when it happened. Both times, like the IS-7 pushed in very early compared to the rest of the group when he got racked. Either way, it was a weird push. And then the
Yeah.
the mouse in B also pushed in very early compared to like the push that was happening on the other side. They're just uncoordinated, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the game that they played best, in my opinion, was, the one where they get full health Amarect, and it's just, it's all over at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, yeah, everything just kind of fell apart after that.
But yeah, that's really it for today. All the matches are over. Tomorrow we're gonna see some great games.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Seeing Rain versus Joker in the winners finals, of course, is what I'm most excited for. But, after that, we're still going to see good games, I am sure.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Anyone count the Amaraks today?
2.
It was only 2 from
They
what we
were-
saw.
None of them were 60 TPs. Well, there was like a couple low health Amareks, but I don't count those.
I catched 60 TP in the last Black Goldville game. The very last kill on purple was an Amarak with 400.
I haven't been counting the
wasn't
low hit
like-
point ones because those aren't really special. But if you want to count those, then
Well,
yeah, there's
They
probably
still
several more.
count technically.
Yeah,
They just have less of an effect.
if it's 400 HP, he's a one tap anyway. But in terms of game changing high health Amarex, 2 is what I
Yeah.
counted.
Yeah.
Well, that's still the same as
3 if you
CIS
count.
then, where we had 2.
Yeah.
On the first day and then
And
13
loads
on
in the second.
Oh boy.
That's insane. Jeez.
We'll see how that goes tomorrow. Hopefully not too many of those.
Yeah.
I mean, they took a considerable amount less 60 TPs, so that alone
Yeah.
speaks for itself.
And like we said, less brawly, so less Amorax happening that way as well.
Yeah.
That's true.
Very true.
But yeah,
Alright.
that's it for the games today. You have anything else to discuss?
I
can
think
do that
I've said
before-
everything. I'm just looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, tomorrow there's going to be a lot more stuff happening between games as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we should be seeing some interesting things either way, even if you're not interested in tournaments. So
Yeah. Our stream
Yeah.
was fun.
tune in for
Hoping
sure.
today's will, or I guess it's technically today if you're in Eastern time. It'll be fun.
It's almost a day in Central Time.
But for us, it's still tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very,
Have fun
very,
waking up.
very early tomorrow, but
I'll just still be awake. There's no
Yeah.
waking up.
You just don't sleep, 5-head.
You'll be there. Promise, Every.
Hey, I'll just sleep immediately when I get home from work. I'll be
There you
fine.
go. All right.
I'll not have dinner, but eating is for the weak.
Eating
It's
is
not quite the word, but whatever. I'm just making shit up anyway.
you're not wrong, to be honest, because generally eating is for the weak because you're feeling weak and then you have to eat. Kind of like needing a Snickers.
I guess.
Stupid
Fair enough.
Just eat a
commercials.
Snickers
We're
and
not
it's
sponsored by Snickers.
No, no, we're not.
All
Aw.
right. I guess
No,
I'll.
but yeah, there's still like half an hour to go before the rewards end.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
On the portal.
Have
Yeah.
fun dragging it out, Fishy.
I'm not dragging it out. I'm just leaving the garage here.
Fair enough. Yeah. I didn't know if we wanted to talk after the stream. I think I'm ready to end mine. But if we wanted to chat about tomorrow's stuff, I just wasn't sure if you wanted that on your stream or not, if you mute for that. But I think I'm going to do my outro, if that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll do it as well.
So I will probably
Yes.
deafen here, but it was good to catch y'all tonight. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
It's
lot
Great
of
fun.
fun. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
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 All right. And that's day 1 of Blitz Cup. Hope that y'all enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. that mishap, the game. You know what? Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm not flustered. You can watch Fishy stream for that game. It wasn't a big deal, but we'll have to worry about that tomorrow. I won't be calling the shots on the technical side of things, so that's all good. But yeah, stream was a ton of fun. Thank you to everyone who turned out. That was awesome. And y'all who are still here, much love. I don't know if y'all can still see that. Oh, higher. There you go. But yeah, I don't really see much of a reason to stick around. Hope that y'all enjoyed it. And yeah, again, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, this will be on the official World of Tanks Blitz channel. And well, obviously the portal is where you're going to want to watch it. I don't think anyone else will be streaming it outside of the portal, at least for English anyway. So you want to catch it then. I will be an analyst. I'll be talking in between the games, so I won't be casting like I did today. But hopefully still I'll have a reasonable amount of things to talk about. I'll be kind of playing the role that Amunet and Every did. Basically, they're swapping me and Every. So Every was analyzing today and I casted. Tomorrow, Every will cast and I will analyze with Amunet. So that's how it's going to work. I'm looking forward to it. I'll catch y'all around. And until then, I guess, yeah, that's about it. Stay safe and happy tanking.
Because, I have to sit there